Ooh, that was a little bit louder than I thought. Yeah, it just rattles the whole inside. I kind of wish I could turn that off. It's not like these Super Famicom games ever use rumble anyway. Alright, song's about to end. That's good timing because we are about ready to begin. Seriously though, I need to get a new mouse. This thing... It suffers the same problem that every single mouse I've ever owned eventually suffers, which is that, you know... Whenever I click, it, like, registers as a double click. Which is not good. You know, actually, before I get too far, let me go ahead and queue up a little video that I may or may not use later in the stream. Yeah, there we go. There we go. This may come in handy. Now, if I could just pause it, that'd be great. Because again, everything's registering as a double click. I can't keep things straight. I try to pause a video, it plays it again. I try to mute something, it unmutes again. Oh shoot, hang on a minute. I just realized we might be performing at less than ideal power. Let me change that real quick. Much better. Oh hey, I completely forgot. I have cookies with me today. So I will indulge while we play. Wait a minute, where the fuck are we? What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute, this isn't right. Hold up, did I just lose all my progress from, like, this month? Like, that's not me, is it? Is that right? Am I save file number 2? I do not remember saving to save file number 2. I think this is it? Whoa, since when did NES have 200 HP? Golly. Okay, well this appears to be correct. If this is indeed correct, then we have not yet gone to the secret base behind the waterfalls. So let's check and make absolutely sure that that's something that we can still do. Because if not, we're gonna have a problem on our hands. Also, did the text speed get reset to medium? Or was it on fast? I cannot remember. It's so bizarre being on save file number 2. This shouldn't be, like, confusing me this much, but it is. I guess that's, when you haven't played a game for almost 2 weeks, that can happen. I'm so worried about this. I just need to hurry up and get to our destination. You know what? I'm so impatient, I'm gonna go ahead and use the skip sandwich. Ah! Well, I may be running fast, but that's not enough to outrun a crocodile. I just don't even want to deal with you right now. Alright, almost there. Just a little bit further. Run, run, run. Alright, photo guy is not showing up, but... Say the password! Well, this is a fine start to a stream. How you guys doing? At least I got cookies prepared for this occasion. You know, my favorite kind of cookies that you can just buy in a store are the kind that are, you know, very small, like 1 or 2 bites each. And instead of chocolate chips, they have, like, Reese's Pieces inside of them. They're great. Especially if you get them while they're still soft. But hey, you know, speaking of baking, and speaking of cookies, did you know that your local grocery store probably does not bake very much in their bakery section? I found out about that just the other day, because I, you know, work in one such store, and a lot of the bakery products that we put on our shelves come into our store from, like, a completely different location, frozen. And since I typically work in the frozen section, I end up having to separate all the stuff that's intended to go to the bakery. Set that aside, put on a roller or whatever. It's a little bit annoying, but hey, at least it's not heavy, like the fish and the meat. Ugh. But anyway, yeah, don't be fooled. They probably don't even bake their own bread. Don't quote me on that, but, like, I don't know what exactly the bakery actually does. I never seem to see them, like, actually making bread back there. Maybe they just cut it? I don't know. Maybe they make sandwiches. Well, at least it's clear-cut what the other departments do. Deli makes stuff in the oven, fries stuff up, you know, kind of like any other restaurant. Deli, you know, honestly, their main purpose is to just slice things for the customer. It's kind of silly now that I think about it, considering how many things that we have nowadays, they're just conveniently packaged. I feel like the deli, position is going to disappear after another couple of years. Well, maybe longer than that, but you get the idea. Hell, it wouldn't surprise me if someone's already working on a patented, you know, slice-em-a-jig. Like, you know those vending machines? Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, God. I wasn't ready. Okay, thank you. Safety first. Don't get injured. Blech. Gee, this place looks kind of familiar, doesn't it? Something weird is going on with the music.
Did you bring some fly honey? It's Master Pilch's favorite!
Yeah.
Okay, you can pass. Hey, be careful, you make sure you don't drop it.
Absolutely disgusting creatures. And it's Foppy! Everyone's favorite. Everyone loves Foppy. How could you hate a little face like that? They're pathetically easy and they give a bunch of experience points, especially if you fight them all in a big group like that. Hey, can I just, like, splat you and be done with this? No? Fine. I like the little diamond background. You know, come to think of it, does that guy say anything else if we talk to him again? He just says the same thing. Alright, fine. But please leave me alone. Hi, wow, the zombie room. Remind me never to... There were 4 of them? Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, phew. Something in the back of my head was telling me, oh wait, shit, the zombies, they're immune to fire. But no, that's just the ghosts that have fire immunity. For some reason, I don't know. So, that attack that the zombies do, where it says that, oh, the farm zombie did something very mysterious. I have never seen that actually do something. It always, always fails. My curiosity is getting the better of me. I have to know, does that actually do anything? Let me look it up on starman.net. I got a pretty good EBDB, which is EarthBound database. I probably didn't need to explain that, but... Alright, let's see here. Farm zombie. Let's see. Look at this! Do I have the right window here? Please tell me I do. Okay, I can... You see what the fucking mouse is doing? You can see very plainly what happens when I try to use it. What's going on here? Let me try this. There we go. That's better. So that is incorrect. Stop moving that one. Okay. So yeah, EBDB, pretty useful. Got all the info that you might need to know, as well as all the information that you might not need to know. So yeah, laughing hysterically, no effect. Doing something very mysterious. They don't even know. They don't even know what the hell this does. Even the database doesn't know. It's a complete mystery. They also have a rare chance of dropping a skip sandwich. Ugh. I nearly died trying to say that. It's valuable information, so don't waste it. Seriously, just let me do the thing. Stupid mouse. Support me on Patreon and fund me a new mouse. Oh god. I'm kidding, of course. I don't actually have a Patreon account. Not that I have much of anything to offer on there. Maybe in the future, when I start development on a game or something. And we can start talking about Patreon. It feels as though everyone and their grandma is hopping on Patreon for some reason or another. But that's okay. It kind of makes it a central hub of sorts, where you can just support one of many different kinds of content creators. Yep, it's all just in one place. Holy moly, look at how many of them there are! Alright, well, goodbye. It's been nice knowing you guys. I swear to god, if this fails against one of them, I still don't know why or when your special PK attacks fail. You see? It didn't work. The 6th one is the most deadly one. Alright, let's clear the rest of the area. That was like the most foppies I have ever seen on this floor before. That was nuts. A little bit of PK fire will probably help. So hello friend in the chat, welcome. I was just talking about stores and the various departments. I was probably also talking about other things like zombies maybe. A little bit of an incoherent start to the stream, but that's okay. I was really afraid when I started up tonight that I had lost my save file. But it turns out I have just been saving to file 2, and because it's been 2 weeks since I last played, I'd completely forgotten about that, so I, like, freaked out for no reason. Alright, we're kind of burning through our second points, but you know what? That's okay. We don't really need to conserve our strength for the boss. I guess I was also talking about the cookies I have here. The ones with the peanut butter in them are superb. And I got exactly one left. I'm gonna go ahead and eat it. Fun fact, next time you are in a first-person shooter multiplayer game, try doing this when you're trying to get from point A to point B. See how many times a sniper tries to hit you and fails. That's an actual technique that I tried with Team Fortress 2. Like, I got the inspiration from some YouTube video somewhere. I just played as engineer. Like... Sorry, hang on. Oh god, sorry about that. Yeah, play as engineer, go into console, type plus right. And maybe even plus forward while you're at it. And also plus attack if you want to be really silly. And you just start spinning like crazy, while also swinging your wrench. And you'd be surprised at how difficult it is for some people to hit you. Unless you're talking about, like, sentry guns or, you know, heavies or whatever. It's pretty fun. Give it a try sometime. Hello.
It's so hard to make the gross sounds the Master Belch does. I know I can't do it. Master Belch is the slimiest! However, I heard he's also serving some Gigas guy. That I cannot believe.
Would have been a perfect time for a Giga Gas joke, but I messed it up.
Oh, so honest. Smile, boy. Tired, but so good. Ding!
So what's going on here? Also, is that BuzzBuzz like the same sprite as BuzzBuzz but flipped upside down? Well, anyway, apparently this is where they make the fly honey. What if that's glass? What if that's not a label, but that's actually glass, and it's like just a jar of honey with a single fly suspended in it? Hey, speaking of flies, I forgot that we had to deal with some of you in here. Mostly bad flies. Yeah, I don't really feel like dealing with them. Oh no, not more of them. Get out of here. You didn't realize Mr. Saturns were being forced into slave labor? Apparently. Yes, get out of here. I want to see your face. And that's exactly why. Because of their incredibly annoying tendency to, like, disable my melee attacks. That dang old smelly breath of theirs. And that's not all! There's more! Oh. You know what? It's fine. Let's just leave. I was talking about Patreon when you came in. Was I talking about the recent price changes? Oh, no. I just cracked a joke about, like, oh, support me on Patreon so I can afford a new mouse. Even though I don't have, you know, I'm not selling anything on Patreon. Oh, God, we need to get out of here now. Leave. Leave! through a fit of tears before they call in more. Ooh, this is not good. Oh, this is not good. Okay. Okay. Okay, if that's the way you want to do it. I guess we have no choice. Golly, how many are they gonna bring? Yep, don't even care. Just get rid of all of them. Desperate times call for desperate PKs. So what exactly did happen with Patreon's price changes? Like, did it get more expensive to, like, operate on Patreon? Are they taking a bigger cut? I've not heard any news about this. I'm not even bothering putting the cap back on my bottle. I know I'm gonna be needing it. This had better be worth a whole bunch of experience points by the time I'm done. No, it wasn't worth it. That's about as much as a group of 6 foppies would have given me. Okay, this is a bit of an unfortunate situation here. I don't want to have to deal with these guys. Look how many of them are, and there's one at the bottom of the ladder, too. I guess I have no choice. Can I just, like, dogpile on that guy? You know what? I don't even want to deal with him right now. I got a few of these, may as well use one. Nice! Oh, what's this? You're not fully informed, but you heard that new members will have to give more of their revenue to Patreon to get the same benefits as before. Old members don't have to deal with anything. Oh, isn't that just great? It's just like YouTube. The best way to be successful on YouTube is to have already been successful on YouTube. Or something like that. Let me see if this thing works. Hey, it did work. Cool. Maybe I should use that more often. Oh, well. I suppose I can't expect it to work terribly often against something that is itself made out of slime. Slime, anyone? Does anyone know where that quote is from? You laughing at me? You laughing at me? Again, not fully informed, but a lot of people were furious at Patreon. Some don't care for the change, but the majority are pissed. What order of magnitude could it be? I suppose on some level it doesn't matter. The sheer fact that we now have, like, a difference between who pays what is itself kind of a dick move. Oh god, that's a lot of flies. Should have held on to some of that bug spray. Again, I should probably not be too surprised. Look at us, we're in the middle of a room full of trash. What else would be congregating in here besides flies? Anyway, the specific quotes that I was pulling up were from a particular episode of a TV show called Ghost Rider. Not writer, but like writer, Ghost Writer. Which itself might be a bit of a misnomer. Like, it's a kid's show about these kids that are, you know, learning about English and whatnot. And there's a little ghost that's like inside of a computer. The ghost itself types. So, does that count as a ghost writer or not? A computer ghost that types. I don't know. I don't know. Gonna go ahead and give the vitality capsule to Paula. She probably needs it the most. For those that don't know, your HP and your hit points and psychic points are directly tied to your vitality and IQ stats. So that's why there's a bit of a disparity between Ness and Paula. And Jeff, well, his IQ doesn't contribute to his psychic points because he can't use PSI, but the higher his IQ is, And this might go without saying, the more broken stuff he can fix. HP sucker. Wait a minute. That's something Jeff can use. I thought we had to fix something to get that. Alright, cool. This seems to have garnished more attention than the announcement of Google's console, the Stadia!
So, you're the one to destroy the zombies that I assigned to Reed.
Oh. Sure. Alright, angry little slime man. I probably should have just stuck with what I know best. Should have gone with fire. But dang it, we haven't seen any thunder today. We might not use it again. So, why not? That's why not. It's very hard to hit someone when they're by themselves with PK Thunder. That guy sounds like a Muppet. Looks like a Muppet. Oh, sorry. Oh god, can I escape the flies? Well, actually no, because there's more at the bottom of the ladder. Who'd have guessed? Alright. There are way more of these things than I'm used to. I would like to leave, please. Get away from these foul-mouthed insects. No, it's not working. Get me out of this disgusting, barfy hell. I wish this was like Final Fantasy, where you could just have every party member attempt to escape. Well, Jeff gon' die if we don't get out of here soon. Oh, jeez. We might have to pull a full-on retreat if I can't get out of this. Because, like, in addition to everything else, I'm also running out of, you know, psychic points, too. I can't just keep on going like this. God damn it. Why are these things so hard to get away from? It would have been significantly easier if I just used PSI and blasted him away, but, if worse comes to worse, I will accept the death and go back to Saturn Valley. I kind of wanted to get a refill anyway. So, yeah, screw that. We're going back to Saturn Valley. Now, in any other place in the game, I would be much more hesitant to do that, because look what happens when you get a game over. Your party members do not come back. Which means a lengthy trip to the ATM and the hospital just to get everyone back on their feet. But, thankfully, since we're here in Saturn Valley, check out how quick and easy it is. You're all fixed up! Goody, boy! Still gonna have to stay the night at the inn, though, because Ness is out of the psychic points. And hey, maybe Jeff will fix that laser or something, too. Nope! Alright, fine. Let's continue. Actually, you know what? I should probably save, just to be on the safe side. You know, you just reminded me about the existence of something called the Stadia. Or Stadia, or whatever. But nevertheless, it is just something that I completely... Like, it's just completely flying under my radar. Perhaps because it's so unexpected? Also, I suppose because I don't entirely understand what it is? Like, Maybe I should actually look it up and try to figure out what this whole mess is. According to you... You have no idea either? It's a streaming device. You can supposedly hook it up to dang near anything with a screen, but it's also being referred to as a console. Well, a console, I mean, technically, like, a computer is a console. Like, console itself is not that descriptive of a word. It's pretty much just any computer base of operations, I suppose. So, unless they specifically say games console, I won't expect it to be, you know, having to do with video games at all. But hey, you know what? The first I heard of this thing, this Stadia, as it were, was from a Silva Gunner upload. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, they made a high quality rip of the BIOS startup of Google Stadia. And I fucking hate it. No, stop it. Shut up. Good lord. Yeah, there's my comment. And there's I instantly regret bringing that up, but yeah, that is how that entered my circle of information. But I could use more info. Oh, Jesus! Sorry, a combination of seeing that many enemies and having the music stutter, like, really spooked me right there. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay, we're not gonna try to run from any more fights, alright? We've confirmed that that's a bad idea. That is how you die in this game. We just gotta man up and take these baddies out one by one. It might be costly, but at this point, I think we've explored all the side rooms in the factory, so we should be good to just, you know, make a beeline to the end. You know, no pun intended. According to them, you can, say for example, watch a YouTube video of Assassin's Creed, then you'll be given the option to stream the game instantly. What?
You never give up, do you? If you don't mind taking it in the shorts, go on in!
What? What the hell? I've never seen that message before. I thought we were gonna have to fight that guy to get back in. Well, that was interesting. Anyway, no mention of purchasing it. Don't know if it already assumes that you bought the game or if it's like a subscription service. That sounds extremely confusing. Like, as far as examples go, that seems to be kind of a bad one they're putting out. Oops! Well, there goes my cookie dish. I need more table space. Alright, sorry about that. This doesn't have anything to do with anything, but this also entered my circle of information in the past, like, week. Apparently there was a Three Caballeros episode on the new DuckTales show, the new season of it, and I completely missed it. Actually, the entire second season of DuckTales I completely missed. Just completely flew under my radar. I had no idea it was happening. I should check out some episodes one of these days, especially if they do like a Darkwing Duck special. But they did do a Three Caballeros special. It's pretty cool seeing new, like redesigns of the those three birds. Well, two birds plus Donald. It sounds like a pretty interesting, like, topical episode too, because it's about these guys that were in a band together. Well, birds. You get the idea. In a band together, had a reunion after many, many years, and they're all, like, bragging about their successes, when in reality, they may not have actually accomplished all that much. And considering how braggadocious the Rooster character is, you know, you got yourself a formula for comedy right there. I barely remember anything about the original film, by the way. I don't even remember what year it was. Like, 1940-something? The original Three Caballeros? I should go and rewatch that sometime, because back in the day, it had no impact on me. It was just a fun little musical thing that I had playing in the background while doing other things. I hadn't really given any attention at all. But rewatching it, I might be able to glean some new context for it. Especially considering that like, came right off the heels of wartime era Disney. It really doesn't specify what kind of games you need to play on this thing, the Stadia. They showed the latest Assassin's Creed, so you assume most multi-platform new games. But just going by the info given, you could start playing EarthBound right now from this stream with the Stadia? What? That sounds... Huh. There will also be a first-party developer for Stadia, so it'll have its own exclusives, I guess? You know, our own concept of what is and is not a video game console is kind of narrow. And has been for many years. Like, we haven't seen all that much innovation in the market. If this thing, like, exceeds expectations and turns into some kind of miracle machine... Whoa, what? That's all you need to do to kill one of those? Shoot, I should have been doing that a lot sooner. Who knows? This thing might end up, like, revolutionizing the market.
Aren't you the fly honey delivery boy? What's the password? Doesn't mean I don't trust you. Just say it. Say it now! Someone's so quiet. Is either extremely shy or extremely dangerous. What a suspicious fellow!
Isn't the password, like, waiting for 3 whole minutes? Like, do you guys use the same password throughout your entire base? You're not excited for this thing, but you are intrigued. Yeah, it's another one of those things where we just have to wait and see. That was my stance on Pokemon Let's Go. I ultimately decided that was not worth the purchase. Whoa, not going over there. They're having a conversation I want no part of. By the way, how do you like this gunk on the floor? Just kind of out of nowhere, it just starts appearing, and it doesn't even do anything. So there he is, big bad Master Belch. Let's make sure that we're prepared. Okay, we're prepared. Actually, no, we're not. What we could do, to make things a little bit better for ourselves, is give that to Ness and give the fly honey to Paula. There we go.
So, you are Ness? I see. There's a prophecy that a boy will destroy Master Gygus. You make me laugh so hard. If Master Gygus is scared of someone, he would have to be worse in the craters, do you feel? I'll take you back bedtime, so get ready for the worst fight of your life. Be ready to feel the pain of true nausea. Come on, let's go.
Golly, that, like, made my entire chest vibrate trying to do that voice. Add more of that Goopinil, make an excellent viscera cleanup detail level. You know what? That would be a good idea for a custom level. If you want to do anything about that. Alright, let's hit the ground running. Use the fly honey. Shoot the BAMs. Do the thing. This thing sounds like it's dying already. Master Belch grabbed the fly honey, but he also burped and blew his nauseating breath at you. Oh! So, yeah. Let me make sure that this thing works on nausea. Because otherwise we're going to be in a bit of a pickle. That's some major poison-like damage. Open to hypnosis. Alright, thank God. Yep. So you can try to win this fight without using the fly honey, but I think it's actually impossible. It wouldn't surprise me if there's a YouTube video out there where someone's like, can you beat Master Belch without using the fly honey? And the answer is no. I think he's got like an infinite amount of HP if you try and fight him without using the fly honey. So yeah, a complete pushover of a boss. But that's fine. Just make sure you bring something to cure the nausea. Because PK healing does not work.
Looks like it was an even fight. Blech. But Master Gygus has managed to get the Many statue into foresight.
Excellent timing on that pause.
The city will soon be in worse condition than living in your own puke. Suffer, Spiky.
Absolutely disgusting. I am disgustipated.
I escaped. Boing. Goody.
Jeez, everyone's doing it. I unfortunately cannot actually belch right now because I don't have the capacity to.
You want down? Ah, boing. Barf. Stinky pee, you.
Even the Mr. Saturns are going a little bit mental from all this.
Go in hot spring. Wash barf off your body.
Apparently we got covered in barf somehow.
Drink coffee before go. Say yes to me. Say no to me.
Nah.
Why you say no? Longer ladder can go to hot springs.
Oh yeah, so this is like one of the only hot springs in the game. I'm not sure if it actually works on like your HP and stuff, but washed all the dirty gunk off your body. No, it actually doesn't do all that much. It might give you like, might revive your party members maybe. Probably recover status ailments, but it's nowhere near as potent as the Mother 3 hot springs. Excuse me, do you mind? Fine. Let's just get this over with.
Say Fuzzy Pickles!
Even he sounds like a Mr. Saturn now. Ugh.
Oh! Milky Well! What this? Ding! Ding!
We'll get to that in a minute. Actually, before I go and have my coffee break...
Appreciate! I'm so happy! Zoom!
I guess all the Mr. Saturns are back home. Actually, come to... There he is! There he is! It's the duck! I knew we'd see him eventually. They always appear in places where you can't fight them. But somehow it makes it feel more endearing. Alright, we are going to rest up at the inn and then talk to someone else before moving on. Yeah. We got this information before. If you want to hear more Mr. Saturn dialogue, go and watch the archive of Stream Part 3.
You come here to wait 3 minutes? No?
No.
Here is present. I hand you cup of life noodles. I hand you Mr. Saturn coin. I no hand you my stag beetle. Oh, tease you. I have no something.
Cool. It's not money even though it's called a coin. What does a stag beetle do? I do not remember. By throwing this at the enemy during battle, the enemy is shocked and stops moving. Gone after one use. So it's basically the slime generator, except it only works once. And it might not even work. No, I didn't come here to wait 3 minutes.
I ain't no afraid. He's no afraid of the ghost.
Alright. I think that's... Whoa. What did you just say?
Delicious! Yes! You good name. We no name. Boing! All have same name. Oh! Breathe is so good!
All of them sound incredibly, like, exasperated.
Impressed someday, sometime we help you.
The fact that I, like, have no idea how to enunciate any of these words makes it better. You never know what kind of inflection you're gonna get. Alright, Alright, now we go back up and save. And do something else. Oh, right, coffee break, of course. How could I forget? That's like a striking moment that everyone remembers from this game. You'll see why in a minute. Hang on a minute. Before we get to that... From Smash, you were under the impression that there was only a single Mr. Saturn, and he didn't expect them to speak. Oh, yes, you were quite wrong. Mr. Saturn has always been many. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! He didn't even run away, he just disappeared. Did you see that? I don't think that's supposed to happen. Gotta be kidding me with this. Delivery fees, mumble grumble. Fine, take your money. S-car, go away. Alright. Oh, and good news, Mr. Saturns also appear in Mother 3, so this will not be the last we see of these magnificent creatures. Alright, yes, I can cover the fee this time. Please get rid of this jar of fly honey. It's disgusting. I don't want anything to do with it. But before I do that, let me make absolutely sure that there's nothing else I want to send away. Nah, that's pretty much it. Alright, now we can save. Okay. I must say, this is not quite as good for streaming as I was hoping. Purely because of the tedium in some of the menus that you have to navigate through. But it's an old game, what can you do? I would have a much harder time streaming an even older RPG, such as the original Dragon Quest or what have you. Alright. Bottoms up, boy! So this is what happens when you're in a caffeine rush. Or should I say, a caffeine mellow. You've traveled very far from home. This is going to be a little bit slow, so I should just let it move a bit, and then I'll catch up with it. Do you remember how your long journey began with someone pounding at your door? It was Pokey, the worst person in your neighborhood, who knocked on the door that fateful night. On your way, you have walked, thought, and fought, yet through all this you never lost your courage. You've grown steadily stronger, though you've experienced the pain of battle many times. Ugh, the crackles. No more, please. I had a thing going here. You are no longer alone in your adventure. Paula, who is steadfast, kind, and even pretty, is always at your side. Jeff is with you as well. Though he is timid, he came from a distant land to help you. Ness, as you certainly know by now, you are not a regular young man. You have an awesome destiny to fulfill. The journey from this point will be long, and it will be more difficult than anything you have undergone to this point. Yet, I know you will be all right. When good battles evil, which side do you believe wins? Do you have faith that good is triumphant? I have a weird feeling this is like a personal message from Shigesato Itoi. Like, this is him giving us encouragement at this stage in our adventure. One thing you must never lose is courage. If you believe in the goal you are striving for, you will be courageous. There are many difficult times ahead, but you must keep your sense of humor, work through the tough situations, and enjoy yourself. That was probably words that he wanted people to live by. Like, he deliberately designed these games, Mother 3 especially, to have lighthearted moments, to help carry you through the more serious points of the adventure. When you have finished this cup of coffee, your adventure will begin again. Next, you must pass through a vast desert, and proceed to the big city of Forside. S. Paula. Jeff. I wish you luck. I'm sorry, what's this? Funny thing, old games were tedious because developers were still inexperienced and technology was limited. New games are tedious, so they can have microtransactions. So, does that... Extrapolating from that, does that mean that the, like, PS2 GameCube era really was, like... Okay, Xbox 2. Was that really, like... Wrong controller, where's my controller? Was that, in the end, like, the true golden age of video games? Whoa, too much attention right there at the gate. Cause yeah, it's, we've had our highs and lows, but I feel like that particular era is the most fondly remembered at this point. Depending on who you ask, of course. There will always be people who say, oh, no, the NES. No, the arcade machines were the real golden era of games. Alright, what am I gonna do about you guys? Aside from blast you with fire. Oh, the slime generator only works on one enemy at random. Oh. Given that you didn't have to select a target, God damn it. Okay, there's something very important that you need to understand about this dungeon. If one person gets a mushroom on their head, the whole thing is fucked. Alright? At any point along the dungeon, up to, and especially including the boss fight, the mushroom could act up, and we could end up with a very bad case of friendly fire. And the mushroom doesn't go away on its own. So you know what? If I get the drop on these mushroom fellas, the plan is to either annihilate them instantly, or run like hell. So, for instance, in this case, we pretty much have no choice but to face them head on. So, just nuke them. Oh, but they're fast. They are fast. That's not good. Ugh. Wish I had an exit mouse. Technically yes, technically no. Oh, about the whole Golden Age thing? God damn it, Paula. You see, the instant the mushroom appears, we're gonna have problems. And I don't know if, like, a secret herb is going to help. Current gen games made with genuine passion and talent are really good, better than previous gens, but these games have to share the spotlight with slimy, money-sucking live services! That's the only way you're allowed to pronounce that phrase. And you know what else with this whole mushroom situation? We could be, like, trying to face an enemy head-on, but then at the last minute Paula will, like, get us turned around. Okay, there's something I need to confirm before we get too far. I've never tried this before, but will, like, a secret herb work on mushrooms? Or even, like, a horn of life? Oh, brilliant. It didn't even work on the other mushroom. concerned. I'm tempted to go and test my theory right now, but as much money as I have, it's not that much. So I do believe I will consult the database and make absolutely sure that I'm not about to waste a whole bunch of money on nothing. So again, starman.net, go to the EBDB, and show me the secret herb, because I'm not spending like 4,000 bucks on a bunch of horns of life. It only shows the help description. Maybe another part of the website will tell me what I need to know. The walkthrough on starman.net is actually suggesting that you just keep on pushing through, even if you get a mushroom on your head. I don't want to do that. I completely forgot to give this Mr. Saturn coin to someone who needs it. Basically, the current generation may have some of the best games ever made, but we won't remember the gen as a whole being the golden age. Yeah, as good as some of the indies are, they don't represent the entire industry. And similarly, trying to push through with Shroom on Head always ended badly. I know, that's why I am, like, doubting the advice that I have just received. Also, welcome to the stream, glad to see a friendly face. I'm gonna need some support to get through this. Ah. Oh shoot, I forgot to heal everyone. Whoops. Like, at this point, I've backtracked so much that I kinda need to go back to the inn and heal anyway. Because I've lost so many psychic points. Wait, what? Wait, how were they all dead by the time I used my thing? Was it... wait. I didn't even... emotional or physical? You can do it. Thank you. How easily can I just... okay, that's not gonna work. The last time I tried this, I got a game over, so... let's not have a repeat of that. You know what? You know what? I don't even care if I'm wasting my psychic points. I'm just gonna go back and heal anyway. I think every time that I've played this game on my own, it didn't work against the Ranboob. I hate these things. I don't even know what they are. It's like a walking piece of okra. And it has a completely indecipherable name. Ranboob. Oh, we got paralysis, though. Will that help if I, like, use paralysis or something? Even so... This is gonna be frustrating. I really need to go back and heal real quick. Hey, maybe if we're lucky, Jeff will get around to fixing that broken laser he's carrying around. Actually, you know what? If I'm going back this way anyway, I might as well try and get that thing fixed. The walkthrough that I just peeked at said that it takes an IQ of like 24 or more. So let's try it. Come on, Jeff. I know you can do it. Does anyone know what the odds are of Jeff actually fixing something when you take a rest? It seems kind of silly to me that it's even up to chance at all. Like, if you meet the IQ threshold, you should just be able to get it done. But it's kind of rare. It's almost like they wanted it to be a surprise. Rather than an integral mechanic that defines how useful Jeff can be. Alright, there we go. It took 4 tries. But we finally got it. It's an alright upgrade. Any support, any kind of upgrade is beneficial to us at this point. You know, speaking of Ranboobs, let me locate this real quick. I did get a PDF of the EarthBound Player's Guide, and I've been sharing little tidbits from it, and it's been a long while since I last did that, so even if it's for no particular reason other than showing off the, like, clay models, I would like to... Hang on, where is that thing? Oh, please tell me I didn't lose it. It's around here somewhere. Come on. When in doubt, click Date Modified. That will show you the most... That'll have things ordered from most recent to least recent. I'm losing my words, but I found it. There we go. Now we can have ourselves a quick look through and see if we can't find out where we are. Maybe the player's guide will have some advice for us. Well, there's oh, wait, you can't see it. Can I, like, nudge this over to the left a little bit? Well, yes, I can, but that's not what I need to have happen. Come on. There we go. The Ranboob. According to this... likes to use PSI shield. Yep. Use weapon attacks. Oh, wait, what? Wait, that's wrong. Wait, it never used a PSI shield. It used regular shields, right? Or am I completely misreading that? Well, anyway, whoops. Didn't mean to do that. We'll get to the desert soon. This is what I wanted to see. No, not the cockroach. Come on. There we go. When you return to Threed after destroying Master... Wait a minute. No. Where does it even talk about the Trillion Age Sprout? PK Fire and Rock can work well. If you have bombs, use them too. Yeah, it's not really all that helpful, is it? Not in this instance, anyway. There have definitely been other times where having access to the player's guide definitely saved my skin. But this is not one of those times. This has always been a difficult task. Conquering the Milky Well. There is one trick I know that might bail us out, but it is not guaranteed to work. You never did that? You played the whole game blind? Oh boy, that must have been fun. I wonder if the game was packaged with the player's guide, specifically because, like, Nintendo was afraid that it would be too confusing for some people. Which, I mean, it's not that bad. I've certainly experienced worse. For comparison, I tried to play Mother 3 back in the early days, when it was still only available in the Japanese language. That was a whole barrel of laughs. But I eventually did it. I missed out on a lot of secrets and a lot of context, but I did it. It was quite literally fun. Honestly, yeah, it's hard to recreate the experience of playing a game blind for the first time. Like, I try to recapture that magic every year when I play an EarthBound game. For those that don't know, this is like an annual tradition for me. Because, like, EarthBound is just so special to me. I try to play one game from the series every February. And, of course, we're quite a bit behind on that schedule, but nevertheless, it's something I try to stick to every year. To coincide with my birthday. Careful. The sprouts? I'm more afraid of the mushrooms myself. Alright, how are we doing on health? We can go ahead and spread a little bit of the healing. Alright, I feel like we're halfway through. Maybe not literally, but it feels like we're halfway through. So let's keep going. I got a good feeling about this. Alright, just a Ranboob. We can deal with those. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this thing use a PSI shield. It always uses a regular shield. So, was that just a typo? Well, it wasn't even a typo in the guide. It was like a full-on, you know, mistake. Which happens. You know. The early days of translation, they weren't perfect. A lot of clues mistranslated and given to us in very strange contexts. You used to have a play a game from this franchise every year tradition with Ratchet and Clank. Back when your backlog didn't have 100+ games. Yeesh. Now, does that include your Steam library or not? Because I kind of don't count my Steam library. It's so easy to get games onto that I just, don't really pay much mind to them. Even though I should, because I paid for some of them. Help. And by help, I mean drop. You shouldn't throw the Magnum air gun away. Trust me on this one, you shouldn't. It's like Professor Oak levels of player interference. Alright, what am I trying to do here? Let's give this to Paula. And then Coin to Slumber to Jefferino. There we go. That'll help. Oh, we're already here? What the? So that really was the halfway point. Alright then. You finally got here. This is the third Your Sanctuary location, but it's mine now. Take it from me if you dare. Well, you guys know what that means. Give me just a minute to get this set up, because, I don't know why. I feel like sticking to this joke. It's not an especially good one, but it's one that I'm doing anyway. And again, that thing's really loud. Oh my god. Whoa. Oh, there he is. And not just that, I'm gonna be going a step further with this one. If I could just click on the right thing. Again, this mouse, it's messing me up. I'm trying to do this quick. Come on, quick, it'll look good in the highlight reel. There we go. Brilliant. Let's continue. It's probably gonna mess up the music really badly, and I apologize for that. The things I do for the occasional joke. Good lord. Oh god, it's really bad. Why? I might just have to... You know what? Oh, no, that's not even gonna help. Wow. Wow, this is the crustiest I've ever heard this music before. Very bad. Very, very bad. Okay. It was worth a try. It worked so well the first time, I had to keep going. You know, now that I think on it, I might not be as prepared for this fight as I thought I was. There's something very, very nasty that this pile of dirt can do. And I hope it does not. Right now, things seem to be pretty okay, you know? Just having a little bit of back and forth. Nothing strange going on here. Use bombs if you can, is what the player's guide told me. Well, let's see how well they work. It's terrible. Shouldn't have listened. You know what? I do have a stag beetle. Isn't, like, bugs supposed to be super effective against grass? Let's try it. Robotnik looks really weird when you put up the menu. Oh, what? It's done already? Alright, enough of that. Wow. Alright, maybe I cheesed the fight a little bit by using that bottle rocket, but, hey. We'll get more eventually. I'm just glad that's over, and I'm glad that no one got turned to diamonds. Yeah, that's the thing that it can do. Apparently it has, like, a Medusa gaze, so it can stare at you and turn you into diamonds. Thankfully that never happened, and we finally have access to the Milky Well! You know, I gotta say, these individual melodies on their own, not quite as impactful as the ones you get in EarthBound Zero. EarthBound Beginnings, sorry. Ness thought he heard his mother from far away. She said, "Be a thoughtful, strong boy." I was gonna make a dumb joke, but I decided against it. Very peaceful. Just, you know, don't be like the rest of the internet from the late 90s and speculate on what exactly a Milky Well is. Like, I'm sure you could come up with some very funny sprite edits of that little fountain there, but don't do it. It's already been done a million times. I should know. When you beat the last Sanctuary boss, you cheered loudly. Who's the last Sanctuary boss again? Oh yeah, the freaking dogs. Yeah. Even if you cheese the fight, it feels so good because they're so deadly if you don't take it seriously. You know, come to think of it, that is something that I believe may have given inspiration to that game, what was it? Lisa, the Painful RPG. There are a number of enemy encounters that are absolutely fatal. Like, no matter what you do, there's just a slim chance that no matter what course of action you take, someone's gonna die. Possibly even permanently. But that doesn't happen here. It's just a little case of turning to diamonds, you know, nothing to worry about. You didn't cheese it, you tried, but it had another form, so fail. You know what, that accurately sums up my first experience with that dog as well. You think you're being cool, you think you're playing it smart by throwing a multi-bottle rocket at it, but someone else knocks it out first, and it transforms and reflects the stupid bottle rockets back at you. True pain has never been felt quite like that before. Alright, please get rid of my Magnum air gun that I do not wish to have any participation with anymore whatsoever. Thank you, bye. Nope, that's all. Oh boy, we have a bit of a walk ahead of us. Let me get ready for it. Wait, what? I thought I picked auto battle. Oops. There we go. I wasn't actually preparing anything, I was just like blowing my nose. Anyway, is there anything else to discuss on our way to Threed? Not necessarily about this game, but you know, it's been 2 weeks since I last streamed this game. Probably some stuff ought to be discussed. Some stuff has definitely happened in the time frame since I last streamed. I am determined. We'll start with this. I'm determined to start a series of weekend morning streams. Because I had said at the beginning of the year that March I was going to start playing Cuphead. Which was very generously given to me for Christmas by a friend. Was it Christmas or birthday? Let's say Christmas. Point being, it was a very generous gift and it deserves streaming, so I'm going to stream it. And I said I was going to do it in March, but over the course of this year so far, I had... Oh, it was a birthday present? Okay, thank you for reminding me. Over the course of this past, like, month or two, my work schedule has been getting very busy and very unpredictable. To the point where I really cannot guarantee that I can stream at night, on any given night, really. So while I like to do these at night in the middle of the week, I cannot guarantee that I am able to do so because I don't know when my days off are going to be. And I work overnight shifts, so, you know, at this time of night, if I'm not comfy at home, I'm at work. So, because of that, really the only guaranteed opportunities I have to stream are on any given morning. And I figured, you know what, Saturday mornings are a good time to stream, because my friend streams in the evening, usually, and, you know, Saturday mornings, Cuphead is kind of like a Saturday morning cartoon, right? It just works. So I'm gonna try and start streaming Cuphead this Saturday morning, and we'll see how things go from there. Have I played Mother 3? Oh, you better believe I played Mother 3. I played it back before Tomato's English patch even came out for it. So I was very lost on the context of what exactly was going on in Mother 3 for the longest time. I was happy when I played it the first time, and I was, like, twice as happy when I finally got to play the English version of it. It's a fantastic game, and I love it. I love this whole series. EarthBound Beginnings, not so much, but there are, like, patches for the game that ease the difficulty a bit and make it much more tolerable. So even that's not too bad. Thank you for bringing peace and love back to Threed. Thanks. Peace and love. Well, I didn't even have to make the joke. She said it anyway. I won't forget you. Won't you come back to Threed sometime? I really didn't think those kids could have saved the town. Who would have ever imagined it? Since the leader of the monsters is gone, the ghosts in the tunnel have disappeared. The buses can get through the tunnel now. We don't have to rely on the Ghostbusters, I mean the Runaway 5, to get us through the tunnels anymore. Great. Mother 3 is real sad. Oh yeah. I saw Vinesauce play through the game, Vinny Vinesauce, recently. And yeah, towards the very end, we were all getting a little bit choked up all over again. I want to smell like the big city. I don't think you want to smell like the big city. It's great and all, but have you ever actually been to New York? Like, most places you go are not all that clean. Let's just be frank. Came from Forsyth, Buffalo. Oh yeah, I saw lots. It's awesome. Girl in Forsyth called me. There's a really popular band there now. The Runaway Fire! Finally, we'll get to see them in concert. Oh yeah, come to think of it, isn't there like a thing we can do now that we can connect with Threed and Tucson? Actually, I might want to save that for later, because the reward for doing this insignificant item hunt is like a magic truffle, which we can barely make proper use of right now, so I'll save that for, like, towards the end of the game. Now, how much longer do I want to spend faffing around here? I think everyone has something new to say, should you choose to take the time and talk to them. What? Okay, now... Listen to the sounds of the city. Boom, boom. Hey, motherfucker. Ah! Again, whoa. He's shooting at us through the gates. Shooting photos, that is. Mother 3 is supposed to be really sad, but you're completely null on any story details. You've seen a video that explicitly describes them, but you completely forgot, because you weren't familiar with EarthBound. I see. Oh, hey, the zombies are still here. Can I talk to them? You're the enemy of all zombies. That's the same one from before. He even says the same thing. The town is at peace, but my wife and kids won't speak to me. What's the problem? What's the big idea? I just left you guys in the dust for a minute. This guy. And this guy with his stupid paper jokes. No. I would like to fix that machine, but, I guess there would not be much of, point to exploration if we could just use the Skyrunner at will. Here's a bit of trivia for you guys. The Skyrunner was, at some point or another, referred to as the Skywalker. I don't know if that was the beta name, or if it was, like, the Japanese name and they had to change it when they localized the game. For obvious reasons. Let's see, I remember there being like a weird old man around the edge of town. I don't remember if he gives you anything, though. Nope, it's actually just this kid. Whoa, dude, like my old girlfriend from Tucson hunted me down, man. I'm totally bummed, because I have another girlfriend here in Threed. I have a cousin that's like this. I hope he's not watching right now. The bee's knees. I have never heard anyone actually use that phrase. Like, this game and a Homestar Runner cartoon that parodied the 1920s are the only contexts I've ever heard the phrase bee's knees in to refer to something as cool. Alright, I think we've spent enough time faffing. Let us proceed to the big city. Threesome? Oh, because it's Threed, of course. Alright. Greyhound bus. You never heard bee's knees outside of memes? Oh, there he is! There he is! The mystery man! I don't know what causes that. Like, the kid and his girlfriends just vanish and get replaced by that spooky old man from before. That's so weird. Alright, let's just coast on through the desert and hit the big city. I can't wait to have a big city burger. And we're stopped. Man, it's bumper to bumper. My job is to drive, so I can't get off the bus. It's up to you if you want to get off the bus and walk around in the desert. Hey, it's a free country. No, wait, what? He's not even gonna sit in line. That's a very irresponsible bus driver right there. This traffic jam is taking forever. Man, do I need to go. I feel sorry for the guys behind me, but I'm so bent. I'm leaving my car here and walking instead. I was gonna see my girlfriend in Forsyth. At this pace, I'll be 100 years old by the time I get there. I heard a little ways ahead a herd of buffaloes running across the road. I can't move an inch. Oh, is that why there's a traffic jam? And here I thought it was just because of the, because there were so many people suddenly moving from 2 and 3 to 4 side at the same time. Welcome to the very end of the world's longest traffic jam. Guess we're going around. Hey, can you call the bus from this side? Okay, no. That would have been funny if I could summon a bus coming from the opposite direction. That's just magically phased through all the rest of the, traffic. Oh, no, no, no. No, I do not want to stay. That's probably for the best. Our bed's really old and dusty. Nah, don't need any of this. Probably don't need anything in general from this store. General store, that is. But we do need to sell some things. Our inventory is getting a little bit cluttered. Let's see, get rid of the... Actually, we'll keep the red ribbon for just a little bit. I have a reason. And was there anything else? I can use a stag beetle. $4 for a stag beetle. What? You know, a Christian flector named G-Man, but he's okay with slavery, so probably not the best guy. What the heck? That's definitely one of the stranger messages I've seen in my chat this week. Wait a minute, I have only been streaming for 1 day this week. What am I saying? Alright, we need a baseball bat. And wow, that coin is expensive. But it'll probably be worth it. Let's go ahead and draw this out. A better phrase that I should have said was all month. Strangest thing I've seen in my chat all month. I don't know why I didn't go with that. Hello, Echo the Wolf 64. I like your snowflake icon. Alright, there we go. Alright, I've been kind of holding my tongue because there's something very interesting coming up that one YouTuber in particular took a very detailed look at. I'm not sure if I want to, like, show the whole thing. Nah, I probably shouldn't, because that's, like, poor taste to go and show an entire YouTube video on a stream. But I would like to give a shout-out to it once we get to it. So here we are, walking across the desert, and out of nowhere there's this little mole. Doesn't even seem all that interested in fighting us. But no matter what, there's always a mole here. From, like, 2 dungeons ago. With no explanation, he doesn't appear anywhere else in the desert. And there is a very technical reason for that. That someone discovered. Was it Chugga Conroy? The Mystery of the Mole Playing Rough. Yeah, oh, you've already seen it. Yeah, I forget who it was that looked at this. A YouTuber named Chaz. Yeah, let me just, like, flip through this real quick. So that he can, I still have the window shrunk from when I had Robotnik in there. Alright, there we go. Although I am going to need to reset this real quick. Reset the window, that is. Alright. Boy, I hope there's nothing weird in the YouTube recommended videos. Recommendation from She Says, good channel, Kirby lore, probably alright.
Why is he here at all? To answer that question,
we need to talk about parallel dimensions.
Behind EarthBound. To appear is one of the rare 100% spawn plates, compared to everything else in the desert being 10%. There are 2 other 100% mole playing rough plates in the game. One here, on the beach at Summers, and one here on the grassy ledge in the deep darkness. Even more unusually, these aren't the same group, like all the other duplicate plates in the game.
I would like to just let the video play until he gets around to explaining what it is, and then I'll pause it and move on.
Of a single mole. This deep darkness mole especially makes no sense. By the time you arrive, you are certainly going to instant win the fight.
Skip ahead a bit.
This is a well-known glitch, so you may have heard of it before.
What?
Some people think you're soft locked here, but that's not.
Wait, what is he talking about now?
Battle and.
Oh, right, the Shattered Man. We'll explore that later.
This OS.
If there is not a piece of information about this game I don't know, I seek it out. Lots of mother-related videos.
S flag is on.
Ah, here we go. This is probably the point that's important.
If you die to a scripted battle with the OSS flag on, that's the game over glitch. In fact, you can even turn it back off at any time, and the game over will proceed as normal. I also found a pair of control codes that turn this OSS flag on or off.
Well, the general gist of it, of course, is that a very important flag needs to be set
the OSS off
when you run into that mole.
They almost always come in pairs like this. All day and never get sunstroke.
Ah, yes, it's because of sunstroke. Okay, here we go.
When you get on a bus, OSS is turned on, and when you get off, OSS is turned off. However, when the bus's path is interrupted in the desert,
by the way, shoutouts to this particular font, this EarthBound font. You can see this guy using it all over his video. I have it too. It's called, what is it called nowadays? Apple Kid? Orange Kid? It's gone by both names. And I happen to have it right here. I can type something up for you right now. Okay, that's really bad word to start out with. I was trying to type hello, but I was trying to use my mouth at the same time. Anyway. Yes, the font is called Apple Kid. I think you can get it from starman.net still, if you want the EarthBound font. But, yeah. It's really cool that someone managed to make that for us. It's actually pretty old at this point, so you probably already knew about this, but anyway. It's a great font. Yeah, I love it. You'll see me use it in a lot of my streams.
All day and never get sunstroke. But wait, I hear you say, I get sunstroke in the desert all the time. What gives? And to answer that, we finally return to our friend, the mole playing rough. You see, when you get into a random battle, the OSS flag flips on at the start of the battle, and then off at the end of the battle. And since it always turns off, you never get the game over glitch in a random battle. This happens even if you instant win the fight. And since this mole is a 100% spawn, and located right at this choke point between the two cliffs, you end up fighting this mole, the OSS is turned off, and now you can get sunstroke in the desert. But in a scripted battle, like the Shattered Man, the OSS flag never...
Well, that's gonna go on for a while, so I think we can move on from the video at this point. Pretty interesting. YouTuber again is Chaz. Very interesting video. Very much a mystery that deserved explanation. And I seem to have wandered off a little bit in the desert, so let's resume. I found like 3 or 4 NPCs here in a very short stretch of time. Scat, you little monsters. Jeez, we sleep in the desert, so we're often mistaken for corpses. But a corpse doesn't usually wear a bathing suit, right? Hey, stop staring at my tan lines. Go away, dude. Well, it depends on who you ask. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, it's one of these things. And we already have sunstroke. This is off to a good start. Too long didn't read version. The mole is designed to activate status effects after a safe zone cutscene. That's a very good way of summing it up. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, as much as I love this guy's music, this smiling sphere is very dangerous, and you should not just go around fighting him willy-nilly, because that'll happen. But nevertheless, I wanted to show that off real quick. Alright, I really need to stay on top of this sunstroke thing. You want... Oh, I just now noticed another message up there. Bill Eager programmed an EarthBound text generator. That sounds pretty cool. There's a similar event in Moonside as well. Hmm. This is a pretty dense game. You know, years and years and years later, after people, you know, were writing guides on game FAQs and posting things to Nintendo Powers, like Mailbox, or whatever. I probably should have done that in reverse order, but yeah, people are still finding out new things about this game. New, like, text that no one else has ever seen, weird explanations behind things that made no sense, like the ducks that spawn in Saturn Valley. Still don't understand the joke behind the sesame seeds, though. Why would you feel like talking to a tiny black sesame like me? I want to apologize to the white sesame that I hurt before. If I could just see her. Congratulations! You talked to the sesame seed. Here's a picture. Like, is that a joke in Japanese culture or something? Is there some kind of a pun related to sesame seeds and, like, couples and separation? I don't know. Whoa! A couple of life noodles way out here? That was worth the trek. There he is! There he is! Okay. I have a very chancy opportunity here that could go wrong. I want to showcase what this enemy is like in battle without squishing it immediately. The question is, can I get away with that? I think I can. But I have to be quick. Oh, wait a minute! Damn it! I was supposed to turn around at the last second so that I could, like, show you the battle. Okay. So that was the criminal caterpillar. It's a rare spawn here in this desert. And it runs away from you all the time, so it's very easy to sneak up on it and get an instant win. However, in the rare event that you actually choose to fight it, by, for example, turning around at the last second, as I was planning to do, it's a very challenging encounter that might just leave you completely... might leave your party wiped out. Okay, if I remember correctly, these wolves can spread poison, and I don't want that, so please go away. Wonder how many small games have all kinds of secret Easter eggs and coding curiosities that no one has taken the time to look for. Are you talking about, like, small games that maybe people haven't paid much attention to, that have a lot of undiscovered secrets? I can't answer that, but I can tell you that Undertale was absolutely stuffed to the brim with secrets for people to find. Especially data miners. Like, boy oh boy, that was quite the adventure. People plunging into the code of Undertale and finding all kinds of weird stuff that they could, like, flag by editing code values. It was a wild ride, the early days of discovering that information, let me tell you. Nowadays, it's kind of taken for granted because so many YouTubers have made videos about this subject, which I won't go into because it might be considered a spoiler. But yeah, that was a fun trip, getting to explore all those hidden away mysteries that the developer never intended for people to see. Except in Toby Fox's case, I think perhaps he did intend for people to find that. He knew people were going to be cracking into his game's code at the first opportunity. Is there any way I could avoid this fight? Can I, like, hypnosisize him? Oh, I forgot he could do PK Fire. Oh boy. Oh boy, that's a lot of damage. Oh! Lucky guess. Okay, note to self. If you need to bail out of a Smiling Sphere emergency, just use hypnosis. You think the caterpillar spams PK Fire Alpha? I think he goes even higher than that. That's why I want to find out. I, like, want to remember exactly why the caterpillar is so dangerous. I know that it's pretty easy to get him to spawn around here, which is what I've been doing. There he is. There he is. You're mine now. No! God damn it. I'm gonna end up gaining too many levels from trying to... You know what I should do? I should engage a different enemy and then try to face the caterpillar head on. I'm unintentionally gaining tons of levels trying to do this. Someone dug up and pieced together what was supposed to be the original final battle of Mother 3 with the unused backgrounds. Oh, I remember that. It's kind of amazing to think that that existed to begin with. It is a good video, but I'm not going to talk about it too much here, and I would recommend that you don't do that either. Again, just for the sake of spoilers. I will definitely touch on that next year when I play Mother 3. It's like the only game that I can guarantee that I will play in 2020 is Mother 3. Okay. I am going to... You know what I could do is just... Nah, too expensive. Let's just defend and then run. Guess we'll have to kill this thing first. Don't want to go too hard at it, because in these RPGs, if I accidentally attack the sphere, it'll probably wake up. Alright, here we go. Maybe if I'm lucky, I will find that... Okay. Okay, Caterpillar is right here. I have to find a way... There we go, here we go, here we go. I got it. I got it this time. I don't got it this time. Why? Where'd that thing come from? This is a very dangerous quest I'm embarking on. It'll be worth it, though. Like, this is a challenge that I have to meet. Alright, we have an opportunity. Let's go for it. Caterpillar Man. Oh! I was not expecting him to warp behind me. Uh-oh! We might be in a bit of a pickle here. If I can just get the PK shield up quick. Oh, no! Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah! What's gonna happen? Okay, at least we got the shield up. Oh boy, is that worth a cup of life noodles? I think that's worth a cup of life noodles. Because we came this far. As long as we have the shield, I think we'll be fine. A fuzzy pickle? Okay, okay. As long as we keep that shield up, we're fine. I love how this is even playing, like, the music from the first enemies in the game that we've heard. Like, this is supposed to be a silly joke battle. But it definitely isn't, and you were correct. It is, in fact, PK Fire Alpha that is spammed. But hey, we did it! So, yeah, that's why you usually do not want to engage a caterpillar head-on. Because it might light you on fire. Alright, this time, I feel like I deserve the experience. And hey, we got PK Freeze Gamma. That's really good. You owe it to yourself to finish and play and finish Mother and Mother 3 respectively. Respectfully! Well, let me see. What was the ROM hack that I played last year? I think it was called the 25th Anniversary Hack or something? It's up to you if you want to look that up on romhacking.net, but it makes the game substantially easier, and whether that's a good thing or a bad thing is up to you. But if you would just like to experience, you know, basically the story of the game, then I would recommend checking that out. A criminal caterpillar in the desert? Yeah, I don't really understand it either. Oh, look! I heard that the black sesame I used to love is somewhere in this desert. If you see him, please tell him that I still love them. I mean him. You've seen him already? Was he okay? I see. Will I get a prize if I go back to the black sesame? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, that's not gonna work. You have that hack for Mother. Also the easy hack, too. I think maybe elements from the easy mode hack may have... Ooh, forgot about that. Might have made their way into the 25th anniversary hack. I think the 25th anniversary hack may be like a compilation of sorts. I could be wrong. And of course, if you want to play Mother 3, it's pretty much given that you will seek out the tomato translation from starman.net. Hello, what's this? I lost a pair of contact lenses here in the Dusty Dunes desert. They were a memento from my grandma and very important to me. If you find them, bring them to me and I'll give you a reward. I'm Pentella Giovanni. Find me at the Fourside Bakery, 2nd floor. How bad could it be? Oh wait, there they are. Alright, cool. Well, that's another thing out of the way. I did not expect to be exploring this desert as much as I have been. Like, I usually just skip right through this. But you know what? It's fine. It's not fine. We're poisoned. It's no longer fine. Because Paula does not have any PK healing abilities. Oh boy. What am I gonna do about this? Tomato's a great guy. He had him guest commentate on your LP 3 years ago with his wife Pochaser. Wow, that's quite the honor. Yeah, I was a big fan of Starman.net since, well, basically since I first got this game back in the 90s. Alright, hang on a minute. Before I get too far, I need to take care of this poison situation. I have a PSI caramel. I'm gonna use it, because I don't want to backtrack just so I can cure some sunstroke. Alright. Oh man, but Starman.net was an excellent place to be in the early days of the World Wide Web. It's had such a close-knit community. I loved it. Lately, your time is being sucked up by EarthBound hacks like Maternal Bound Omega... Oh, I get it. And EarthBound DX. I have not heard of either of those, but I imagine they would not be difficult to find. And truth be told, I'm not sure if I've ever played any EarthBound ROM hack. I know they're out there. And of course, one of the most famous ones, the EarthBound Halloween hack, was like a indirect precursor to Undertale, so... Starman is still a great place to be. I don't know why I stopped going there. I guess other things just crept into my life, and I just didn't have time for EarthBound anymore. White Sesame Seed still loves me? Weep, weep. Oh, well. I wish it did that thing like in Mother 3, where it plays a little jingle, and it just brings up a message that says, you felt something warm inside your heart. Should we go for another caterpillar? I feel like we're really bloated on levels right now. We don't need it. But you know what? I'm feeling greedy! Oh man, but Starman.net, I could probably go on at length with, like, my memories of old Starman.net. Probably one of the first things that I tried to contribute to the site were, the so-called flukes, which was just a way of phrasing, you know, sprite comic. Oh, whoops. Oh, that's poison! That's not sunstroke, that's poison. There we go. Another thing I was a big fan of back then was Radio PSI, which was hosted by, what's his name? Mansion Maniac, yeah. I tried to, like, send in requests every now and then, participate whenever he did IRC games in the chat or something. It was great. It was great fun. Finding buried gold.
This hole's great. Good hole, good hole, good hole. First, someone asked me to dig for buried gold. I began to feel like I was obligated to find it. Man, am I starving. You have any food you can spare?
I'm sure I have something. I got a calorie stick. I don't know what it is. Fobbies Are Born, just a must-hear classic. I remember the name, and I listened to like one episode of that, but I never really did much with it. It was such a good name, but I never listened to the whole thing, and I regret that a little bit. If it's still up there, I'll probably, like... It was a podcast series, right? Or like almost like an audio drama. I don't remember. But if it's still up there and I can like download it and listen to it at work, I probably will. Sounds like a fun diversion. Uncut is common but a bit buggy. The Halloween hat got an update from a fan and has a version 1.3. You played through it and enjoyed it enough to record an LP. Oh, cool. Well, I might check that out sometime. Radio show. Okay, thank you. Holy, I feel kind of lucky to have someone from, that was such a regular Starman.net here on stream tonight. It's bringing back a lot of memories. Like, honestly, that's part of the problem with streaming, is that you have lots to say, but sometimes you just don't remember. You don't remember to talk about the things that you want to talk about. And sometimes chat is both a blessing and a curse, because it can distract you and get you onto a completely different tangent that maybe you didn't want to talk about, but not today. This is an excellent day to have a chat. Hey, it's you guys! I'm a broken slot machine, but the Sanchez brothers and their friends are a very cheerful trio. They'll make you happy. Would you like to insert a book? Oh, hell yes, I would. Do I press the button, or do they stop automatically? They stop automatically. Now, I don't know if you can, like, cheat at this by talking to them, but honestly, the rewards probably aren't too great. Anyway, I'm Big Brother Pancho. I'm Kid Brother Pincho. I'm Thomas Jefferson. That's Thomas Jefferson. Wait, what? Can you talk to me from the front side? Well, golly, you don't have to be picky about it. You have that problem all the time. Oh, I'm glad it's not just me. Oh! Oh, we might get double bars. Aw. Oh. Oh. I honestly don't think I've ever won anything from this. I know that Vinny successfully got something from the Sanchez brothers in Mother 3, but it was really disappointing, whatever it was. I think he got like an egg or something like that. Can I spoil a slot reward? Yeah, go ahead. I know I'm not about to win anything here. It's really rare for you to get people familiar with the games you play, considering how rare they tend to be. Well, have you considered streaming more common games? I'm kidding, I'm kidding. You play whatever you want. That makes it even more enjoyable when someone familiar with the game you're playing shows up. When you're playing an obscure game. Because you know, you'll be like, oh, I didn't know that you knew about this game too. It's comparatively easy to find an EarthBound fan compared to, say, a Scalar fan. But that's life. There's room for both types. Oh man. Alright, I don't think we're getting anywhere with the slots. Let's double back. Apparently, the traffic jam has conveniently cleared itself 100% since we started exploring the desert. 777s gets you a PSI caramel. Well, funny that that's one of the rewards, because I have a much easier way of getting 20 psychic points. So, by the way, there's $1,000 in that chest. Present box. I'm sure some madman out there has gotten that $1,000 and blew it immediately on the Sanchez brothers. Worst traffic jam in the world? Pfft, come to Atlanta and try to say that again. That's definitely something I don't miss about my days in Atlanta. Boy, oh boy. I'll never forget... Well, okay, this isn't entirely related, but I'll never forget the morning that I had to do jury duty in Atlanta, of all places. Like, couldn't they have waited a little bit until I was in a more sparsely populated county to call me up for jury duty? But, Anyway, honestly, the drive to the, court wasn't all that bad. Aside from the fact that the sun hadn't risen yet, and I really, really did not want to do it. Like, I ended up sleeping in the lobby the entire time I was there. Until I finally heard my group called, and they just said, "Hey, we don't need you, you can go home now." Anyone else been to jury duty? Anyone else have that exact same experience? You go through all the trouble for it, and then they're just like, "Hey, you can go home, we don't need you." And then, if I had just driven back home immediately after that, it would absolutely have been miserable. Completely miserable. Sounds like a giant waste, absolutely. But the way they phrase it is just that they don't know whether they're gonna need you. Apparently they do a lot of, like, last-minute settlements in US courts. So, they'll have a talk behind closed doors, and then they'll strike up some kind of deal and say, "Eh, you know what, we don't need the trial after all." Now that you're a citizen, you will have to deal with it eventually. I can guarantee you. Be prepared. You'll get, like, a letter in the mail, like, 5 days before Christmas and say, "Congratulations, you've been selected for jury duty. Merry Christmas." Plain nondescript bakery, and I'm the owner of it. Decided that missing 3 days of work was a financial hardship. Oh, I should have tried to do that. I was thinking there's a tightwad born every minute. Wait a minute. Aren't you the guy that dropped his, like, contact lens? What? You came to deliver my grandma's memento, the contact lens? Thank you. Thank you so much. It's our family tradition to keep things forever. Okay, I'll give you something as a reward. Here's my socks that I use only for special occasions. I've worn these socks for just 5 years. There are no holes, and they've only been worn once since the last washing. They stink a little, but they're still good. Hey, don't refuse me here. I'm being generous. Please take good care of my socks. This has been kind of a disgusting stream so far, I have to say. I paid you $50 for gas, though. Oh, that's good. What are the socks for? When used during battle, the enemy gets so nauseous from the ripe odor they cannot fight. I don't know if they're that effective, but sure, I'll hold on to them for a little while. In Japan, they were called Patanella's socks. Is that like a Japanese celebrity or something? Patanella's socks. Also, when I first read that, I misread that in the chat as Palutena's socks. Like, Anyway. Apparently this Monotoli guy is exerting some kind of influence on this city. What happened to those guys that were digging for the buried gold? If they found the gold, it would be worth a huge amount of money. That's the name of the guy? Oh, the guy in the bakery. Okay. If I were them, I'd go to Japan and live it up. I have a hard time imagining American miners enjoying themselves in a Japanese city. But hey, there's a first for everything. Kinda useless item too, yeah. There's a lot of those in this game. Protect Mr. Monotoli first. The safety of the citizens in the city comes second. That's our job, you know. You don't have to enunciate every corrupt thing you say with heh. Alright, department store, let's go. Temporarily closed. I wonder why the department store is closed. I wonder why it just at me. You always store the socks, too funny to use. Hey, what are you doing there? It's very strange. I feel like this isn't my place. Maybe it's your place. Japanese folks love to go out and drink on the weekends, so you're sure American miners would fit right in with that. But what would they think of sake? I get a feeling they'd have mixed opinions on it. But hey, I don't think I've ever tried it myself, so I can't give an opinion one way or the other. This guy is like the one enemy that I keep finding in here. Hang on a minute, I'll be right back. You have no idea what sake is even supposed to taste like? I would give the wild guess that it tastes quote-unquote Asian. Specifically because it's rice wine. Broken gadget. Do I want to bother with that? I guess... Jeff doesn't really have anything better to carry right now, so I'll get it just for the sake of seeing what it does. Broken iron... Didn't the broken iron become the slime generator? So I think we already got that. Yep. That's natural instinct when it comes to speed limit signs. Just ignore them. Let's just ignore them and keep moving. One Piece memory starts flooding in. Oh, with regards to the sake, yeah. I'm very punctual about time and careful with money. I don't look like it, though. What, you with the soup can? There's this lady that comes every day to buy a bottle of sake. You're mildly worried, but it's none of your business at the end of the day. If there's any customers like that at my store, I don't know them. Like, I don't see them. Like, I'm sure they're there. I don't know who the hell keeps buying all the buttered pecan ice cream. I don't understand the popularity. Wouldn't surprise me if there's one person, in particular, that just comes in every day to buy that. Recently, a strange fellow has been wandering around the hospital saying that he can cure you of the affections that we can't. Please be informed that he has no connection to the hospital. What, are you gonna try and evict him or something? One person requested a shampoo and cut. They must have thought that a bad hair day could be treated at the hospital. Either that or they wanted their medical insurance to cover their grooming. Okay, that's actually a pretty good joke right there. Slime generator underrated? I'll try using it more. Success rate isn't all that great, but, you know, if Jeff doesn't have much of anything better to do. This is not a hotel. Staying for the night is not permitted. Wow. Wow, rude. But I bet that's how some big city hospitals actually think. Because they got people coming in and out every single day. As much as I want to rag on hospitals for having exorbitant costs for just staying for a night just to have a bed, I mean, to be fair, they only have so many rooms. They gotta pay some kind of premium to make sure that people get out as soon as possible. I am just enjoying being with my grandchildren. I'll be better soon. Do you have grandchildren? Oh? At your age? Oh, the youth of today shocked me. My lands! Well, you were the one that asked. My God. Wow. It's not a question you get every day. I really like the hospital music in these games, but ultimately I don't spend too much time in them. Which is fine. Hey, I remember you from the bar at Tucson. Sorry, the music club. No one know anything. Monotoli Stories stole everything from me, including my house and land. Weep, weep. They're evil incarnate. Lawyers, policemen, everyone that follows Monotoli. They're all his toadies. No matter how much you fight him, you can't win. Yeah, I'm okay. Just leave me here to cry into my cappuccino. Nosy. For some reason, hearing that first sentence just instantly made me think of that old something awful meme.
How is Babby Forms?
Just for decoration. Oh, come on. At least the jukebox in Mother 3 works. I was in the middle of a caffeine buzz, and I had to go to the bathroom fast. When I got there, I accidentally knocked on the wall instead of the restroom door. The next thing I knew, someone asked, "Who is it?" And it really surprised me. Maybe I just imagined it. Have you guys seen the new trailer for Ghostbusters 5? I'm surprised you talk to an ordinary guy like me. I have no information or items to help you out. Don't you think it's natural for a guy like me to be here? I enjoy the atmosphere here. By the way, let me quiz you. There are 5 apples. If you eat one, how many are left? 5 minus 1 is 4, so 4 is left. Oh, it's not funny? Okay, here's another one. Master Pokey's maid, Electra, is made to order. Oh, puns aren't funny either. This game is overflowing with humor, and this guy trying desperately to cash in on that same vibe is kind of endearing in a way. Kids shouldn't be drinking espresso! You shouldn't be hanging around here! What? Mr. Monotoli's here? You got that wrong, kid! What? Does Mr. Zelda God Monotoli come here often? Hello? Time to get up! It could never happen! Well, actually, that's not true. I used to be Monotoli's employer, then I realized his schemes made my company go bankrupt. My house and land were taken away. Now I'm homeless. Monotoli didn't used to be so powerful. I want to find out his secrets, so I'm spending my time here, watching to see if he ever drops in. There's a lot of hubbub around this Monotoli guy. Maybe we should go and check out his palisade real quick. I've been kind of going around in circles. This is kind of a big city. It's lots of junk like this bulletin board at the junk shop Busted Up, located in the back alley of the department store. I remember that sign saying that. Also, where... There it is. There's the Monotoli building. You boys are sneaking around looking for Mr. Monotoli, aren't you? If I catch you boys doing anything, I'll arrest you. No questions asked. Be prepared. Got it, Ness? I've already checked out your name. I think I know where he got that name from. I know who's here. I hate when people ask me to tell them a joke because I'm known as a funny guy. That's not how I... Oh no! Like your coworkers ask you to tell them a joke? Oh my god. That's like something I'd hear from... I don't know, an emperor. Like, an emperor has his right-hand man who's supposed to give him political advice. But the political advice always cracks him up, so instead he regards his assistant as like a funny dude. So it's like, oh, Augustus, tell me another knee slapper. But sir, I just give you the reports. I tell you what what people at large think. Exactly. Give me your latest report. I'll be good for a laugh. Sorry, what'd that guy just say? Solitaire tournament? You lost your shirt. Do you even know what solitaire is? That's one way to localize a reference to strip poker. I'm an elite businessman who works in Mr. Monotoli's office. Thanks. Hello, babyface. What brings you to the Monotoli building? Boy, people sure are rude here in the big city. Quit staring at my hips. Why don't you stand somewhere else instead of behind me? Boy, oh boy, if this game released today, you just know that there'd be a bajillion pieces of fan art about this one teensy-weensy little scene right here.
Whoops, I was almost gonna beat you up. Are you a friend of Mr. Pokey? It's okay to visit him here, but don't wander around the building. Someone might be suspicious of you and take a pot shot at you with a machine gun.
What is this, Die Hard?
But sir, the Mongolians are preparing another attack on the capital. Good one.
Do you have like a Caesar-ish manager at work, I wonder? Honest to goodness, I have a co-worker who occasionally, as a joke, pulls like a pseudo-Nazi salute when he's referring to upper management, but he does it at a specific angle. Like, if you raise it too high, it's Heil Hitler. But if you have it at, like, a 90-degree angle to your body, it's Heil Caesar. And that's his justification for it. So that's a phrase I hear every now and again at work. Heil Caesar. You know, fun times.
You won't get away from me, kid.
What?
Get away from me, kid.
Wait.
Get away from me, kid.
You won't get away from me, kid. Okay, I get it. I get it. Ooh la la. Wait.
Ooh la la. This is my poor old friend. What's your name? Pig's butt. No, Ness. Did you come here to beg me for some money? Ooh la la. Don't you recognize me? I'm Master Pokey. Pokey! Get it? Now I'm Jodegard Monotoli's partner, and I give him political and economic advice. I heard there were some ratty-looking kids asking for Mr. Monotoli. Was that you, Ness? This isn't a place for the likes of you. Get out of here! Now, loser!
The big city has even changed Pokey. Whatever will we do? You must never show your face around Master Porky. You got that? Oh, sorry, Pokey. Is it a spoiler to call him Porky? Nah, Super Smash Bros. Already spoiled that a long time ago. That's a very specific distinction that can end a disaster. All this ooh la la has given you an extremely specific itch to play ooh la la on Sonic All-Star Racing. And Space Channel 5. Unless you happen to have a Dreamcast, I don't imagine it would be easy to get your hands on Space Channel 5 at this point.
You haven't changed much, Ness. I'm Malicious Minch, Pokestan. Due to my son's success, I now live the life of a rich man. Every dog has its day. That's the perfect proverb to describe me. Oh, my jaw is tired.
Part 2 is on Steam, not Part 1 though? What? Well, that's weird. Excuse me, sir. I know you're a bodyguard, but... Oh. Okay, fine. Now, let me see here. How long will we be going? 2 hours? I suppose I should keep going a little bit longer, because, boy, oh boy. I just can't seem to get started any earlier than this. I know some people are probably going to have to leave soon, but nothing I can do about it. It's extremely difficult for me to, like, wake up earlier than 9 a.m. Sorry, 9 p.m. these days. Space Channel 5 VR is coming. What dare I ask is the point of making that particular game VR? Like, it's just a rhythm game, right? Aren't you supposed to just be swapping between 2 static camera shots of the 2 dancers? He made a deal with a pure evil entity in exchange for power. You know, stuff like that. Typical business stuff. Whoa! I forgot that there was a butterfly back there. Alright, lay it on me. Give me a ticket. Thankfully, we only need one. Pointing up, down, left, right, and the chew and the hey, that could be fun in VR. They could have done that on the Nintendo Wii. Like, I still don't understand the point of VR for that particular game. So, you're a Runaway 5 fan, huh? What? Excuse me? No, this band owes me $1 million. If they break their contract, they'll end up in deep doo-doo with the police. The police would probably say, hey, you guys, or something like that. Unless you're able to pay $1 million on their behalf, you'd have to find buried gold, or you'd never be able to pay such a huge sum of money. Oh ho ho! Oh ho ho ho! You're back. Welcome back. I think I'm gonna go for about another hour, roughly. And then I'll wrap it up for the night. Let's see, is there anything in any of these chairs? Probably not. I think I'm mixing up this particular memory with, like, Mother 3, where you find, like, a bug in one of the seats in the theater. When Ness arrives, the Runaway 5 told me to let him in. So please come in. Alright, can't wait for this. Runaway 5, I missed you guys. To meet Jeldegard Monotoli, you'll need our help. I don't exactly know why, it's just a hunch.
We owe you guys so much. Sorry.
You know, we know how to sing, but we don't know how to handle money or women. Do-wop, do-do-wop. We're so helpless. Really helpless and hopeless.
Again, we've been cheated by the theater owner. We're stuck here with a phony contract. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Probably. There were never items in the seats. I don't know why I thought there might have been.
Have I got a bombshell for you tonight, kids? Ah! Kaboom! It's the Runaway 5! Yeah! 3, 2, 1, go!
Is this going to be the same show as before? Nope, it's actually different. There's something charming about these old RPG choreographed dance, song and dance sequences. EarthBound was doing this sort of thing way before Final Fantasy VI made it cool. You're glad Space Channel 5 is making a comeback, but Michael Jackson probably won't be back, you'd imagine. Oh yeah! I completely forgot that Michael Jackson was in that game. Wow. I mean, it might not specifically be him. You know, it's probably just an imitator. And the character's name is Space Michael, so, you know, whatever. But even so, clearly supposed to be Michael Jackson. I know MJ did some collaboration with Sega along the... Excuse me, who the hell is this? Oh, it's your dad. You've been out there a long time now. What's all that music about? You think it should be a good idea if you take a break? Okay, I guess it's about 2 hours on the dot that your dad calls you. Good to know. The sax player's hilarious. He so desperately wants to be the focus of attention. He wants to be the lead act. But you know what, isn't that just so in character for a saxophone player anyway? Like, maybe I'm doing things in broad strokes, but, you know, I wasn't a member of the jazz band, but I had a bunch of friends who were in the jazz band in high school. And I was part of a kind of lesser band at the time. I joined at the last minute, so I didn't get to participate in anything particularly spectacular, but, you know, I went to most of their concerts. And if there's anything the saxophone players were known for, it was showing off. Thanks for being so generous with your tips. You never gave me a tip? Oh, never mind. You've had some hilarious hello, it's your dad moments. Like ones that went off after fighting a Starman. Oh boy. Hey you, if you meet a beautiful, seductive woman who's looking for me, tell her I said hi. Anyway, I don't think a woman like that would be looking for me. Brilliant. I should try saying that to someone in public, just out of the blue. Say something like that to someone without context and then leave. You know what would be brilliant? If I got that phone call after obtaining the Sword of Kings. We're not going to be doing that for a long while yet, but it is a priority of mine. How long am I going for? Probably another 30-40 minutes. I started about 2.5 hours ago, roughly. And my typical stream like this is about 3 hours. I could go longer, but in part I think that a game like this is probably best broken down into chunks. Like, I would probably get a little bit tired after playing it for too long at a time. I could alleviate that. Whoa, hi, Butterfly. I could alleviate that just by playing other games, but a friend of mine who is in the chat is probably going to have to go to bed soon because he works in the morning. And also as well, you know, people around here they're usually asleep by the time I start streaming, so, you know, best not to make too much noise too late at night. Don't want to be getting in trouble for that. Usually not a problem, but you never know when it comes to video games. Like that butterfly just now. If I had less control over my voice, I might have, like, yelped in response to it. You think you finished your LP last July at 50 episodes? Well, congratulations! It's not easy maintaining a Let's Play channel. Especially with all the editing that goes into it. I'm sure a friend of mine in the chat can attest to that. In fact, come to think of it, when was your last LP? That's directed towards my friend in the chat, but anyone who wants to answer that, feel free. When was the last, like, LP that you completed and uploaded on your channel? You have no idea? I think I have a bit of an idea. Because last year, 2 years before, I started on editing together a video for a Pokemon Coliseum stream series I did, which was so long. I still haven't even finished uploading it to my channel. I don't think I ever even finished editing it. I kind of just gave up. So, anyone that can finish a game of that length and edit it down to something digestible to a general audience has my respect. Even more so if they manage to, like, spice it up with some editing tricks. And, you know, add a little extra flavor to it. Now, why exactly did I start in this direction? I could have started on the other end and made a shorter trip. I think I just got distracted. And just started going the wrong way. EarthBound was your first and only so far? You have Yoshi's Island and the Halloween hack version 1.3 in the process? Ah, good. Well, okay, I didn't mean to, but I guess we're getting another caterpillar kill. Jeez. We didn't even get a level from that. Wow. Hello, buffalo? I don't want to fight no buffalo. Not only are they difficult, but they're an endangered species. Or, wait a minute, aren't they? Wait a minute. There was this particular animal that was taken off of the endangered species list recently. Was it the buffalo? I honestly can't remember. Well, anyway, that doesn't necessarily mean that we shouldn't be worried about them. It's just that they're in a much safer place than they once were when they were listed as endangered. I really wish I could remember exactly which animal this was. I've been watching them dig for a while. I wonder what they'll find. If they have a live broadcast from the dig, I can check out the dig while we're relaxing on the floor. I think he should dig somewhere else. I have lots of work to do, but I can't seem to move. I'm so curious about the dig. I can't help it. How about you? Well, that's nice, but can't say any of this will really come in handy here. Drawing a blank. What about the endangered animals? Oh boy, it's this place. I didn't have a problem digging until this. I found a maze. Lots of monsters appeared, so I couldn't proceed. There's 5 big moles! If I beat the monsters, I can continue on. I think I have a bleeding ulcer from worrying too much. I'm helpless to really do anything. Ah! I'm not used to seeing these guys this early in the cave. Alright, so. How much you guys want to bet that I can finish this cave in one sitting? It's difficult, but it's possible. I'm gonna try and get through it with as little of a break in between sections as possible. Like, ideally, I just want to go boom, 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 one after the other. And if that didn't make any sense, well, it will shortly. The guy mentioned huge moles. There's 5 of them. You can beat them all in... Oh boy, okay. Never mind. Never mind. We are not going to beat this cave in 1 round. We have to go back already. Holy cow, Jeff is almost dead. How did that happen? At least we have the right amount of PK healing. Anyway, Ness is feeling homesick, so time to leave. There's a route for the fastest clear on Starman. Huh. Well, since we decided to take a break anyway, we might as well check that out. I got a feeling that the official player's guide does not have similar advice. I still have it open, actually. So it wouldn't hurt to have a quick look. Let's see here. Down in the desert. Let's see here. Hey, look, it's Blue Albano or something. Suntans, the tours. What's with, like, the gambling table here? There's no casinos in Fourside. Huh. Oh, never mind. Okay, so we have a slot machine. That doesn't count as a casino. Alright, we got the Fourside Herald. We have an excellent clay model of Venus there. But what I want is a map of the gold mine. There we go. Okay, so not really a route, but interesting nonetheless. Let me see if I can... It's 1:20 a.m. Yeah, you'd better get going, because this is going to take a while for me to get through. Now, let me see if I can find that real quick. Would it perhaps be on the official walkthrough, or would it not? Let me see here. What? The walkthrough I'm reading had a very interesting piece of advice just now. And the window is not working. Hang on. Hang on. Let me use a different one. There we go. If you have the magic truffle, return to Tucson and buy some ketchup packets and give it to one person, then have that person give the truffle to... Wait a minute. How's this work? Have that person give the truffle to him or herself. Oh, right. So... Oh, this is the same kind of trick as, like, the rock candy bug. I see, I see. So you can do that with the magic truffle as well, with ketchup packets of all things. Alright, might be worth a try. I think the first mole is usually straight up from the entrance. Possibly. I mean, yes, almost certainly. That's the stat buff item glitch. That's interesting that it works with the truffles as well. I thought it maybe only worked on rock candy and, like, the pills. I don't know. Alright, so it does not appear to be here, but perhaps in a different section of Starman Dead Nut I will find what we seek. Let me see. There are very specific FAQs and guides. I remember seeing them before. No, it doesn't seem to be here. Maybe it's in a maps section? Ah, yes, here we go. I think I found it. I believe that this is the one you're talking about. You know what? I'm having a distinct feeling of deja vu here. This reminds me a lot of when I was doing a stream of Myst. And I could not for the life of me navigate the like minecart section. So I had like a little map in the corner. Actually, you know what I did? I think I drew the map myself. And then I ended up going to like game FAQs and finding it. So yeah, we can just have this in the corner here. And I will pop this over in it. Wait a minute. Oh, right, that's gonna mess up the thing. It's good enough. If I need to, I'll blow it up. It'll just be there for our handy reference. Oh, I made it fit perfectly. Yay! You You know what? If I had those ketchup packets and that truffle, then victory would be, like, guaranteed here. Why do you two keep showing up? I've, like, never seen these two enemies in this specific area before. And now I can't get away from them. Oh! So that's where Mad Ducks show off their abilities. I was making a joke, like, 2 weeks ago about how the ducks, like, despite having a unique status effect that they can use, it's never effective because they only ever use it on Jeff. But no, if you run into him here, you might actually be in a bit of trouble. Alright, so I'll admit, I didn't actually look at it all that well, so what we're going to do is blow it up real quick. Alright, so this is recommending that you go straight up and then go straight back down. Make a little hairpin turn right as you start the dungeon. I'm going to try to avoid these snakes if I can, but around here I think it's kind of inevitable that you fight one of these. I would rather have Paula use psychic points on freeze than have Ness use psychic points on poison curing. So that's going to be the strategy from this point forward. Hopefully this will be a relatively painless trip. I mean, we do have everyone geared up and ready to go, so how bad could it be? Man, oh man. So you were a member of Starman.net for a while. Are they still doing that annual or somewhat annual... What was it called? The acronym was EBFGP. C. I think it stood for EarthBound Funktastic Gameplay Challenge. There was one challenge that centered around the mines, and I don't remember what it was, but I remember attempting it like years ago and uploading a video of it to my YouTube channel. You can probably still find it, provided that I haven't listed it as private yet. I'm one of the masters of this hole. There are 5 masters in all. We're all moles, of course. I believe I'm the 3rd strongest among us. Take your best shot. Well, luckily for us, we started with the most middling enemy first. So that should ease us into the battle. What's most effective against this guy? Freeze or Thunder? I'm thinking I'm probably going to use one high-level PSI attack in each of these battles. Vulnerable to Flash. That might be good to use. Might be better to use than, you know, a shield that's, like, expensive and not terribly effective. Probably. You don't remember. You're not super active. Most you did was interview Handish... Oh, Other Hand. Some of these guys' names I can remember. Some of them, not so much. Oh, wait a minute. Does this guy start off with a power shield? I completely forgot about that. And I was not paying attention just now. If so... Wait. Do we not have the shield killer? I thought we had the shield killer. What? I didn't put that away, did I? They created cognitive dissonance. A ROM hack I have heard of, but never played. You love that game? It was so good that you declared it canon in the series? Wow. I should probably give it a try one of these days. Yeah, that's a foregone conclusion. I need to try more of these EarthBound ROM hacks. It's really a wonder that I haven't before. There's also that EarthBound Uncut that you mentioned, which sounds interesting. You also had Buzz brought back via code. Interesting. I bet that was helpful. Menacing smile. I'm gonna interpret that as meaning that it's about to attack. Never mind, apparently it just does that at random. Oh, hang on a minute. Now that I have this full screen, I should probably shrink this a little bit more as soon as I get an idea of where I'm going. So we're going to make another loop-de-loop, and then we're going to go south at the four-way fork. Got it. If I remember correctly, there's a really good item down there, too. So let's keep an eye out for that. Cognitive dissonance wasn't just a hack. Oh, my mistake. It was made from RPG Maker. People complained that there was no diagonal movement, but it was as different as each Mother game is. I see. I should definitely check that out when I get the time. Honestly, given that it's an annual tradition for me to play these Mother games, I should probably check out more of these ROM hacks after I finish the trilogy. Like, probably the year after next would be a really good time for me to mess around with them on stream. I just have a whole stockpile of them, and then I play the best one on stream. Lots of food. We're gonna need it. And I think I'll take an exit mouse too. Why not? Really wish there was a PSI ability that let you warp out of dungeons like this. But, you know, mouse works just as well, I guess. One downside to Uncut, it is buggy. Carpainter's fight is glitched and didn't happen. Pfft. How did that happen, I wonder? Oh, right, south of the fork. Down we go. How do I want to deal with this? I would like that snake to be eliminated as soon as possible, so... These bottle rockets are not going to be relevant for much longer, so let's just throw one. See how we feel. Oh yeah, they're already getting a little bit irrelevant right now. Let's give this slime generator a bit more of a go. Maybe it'll save us from being bitten by an ant. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you know what? Let's keep doing that. Why not? The monkey caves had broken text where you couldn't grab certain items. Couldn't give monkeys the burgers or the fresh egg. Well, the fresh egg sounds like a bit of a deal breaker. Because that's a limited time item. How'd you get out of that one? Did you have to, like, hack in an egg or something? I'm getting a feeling of deja vu here for some reason. Like, I have also in the past resorted to hacking a game in order to fix something about the game that got me stuck, but I can't remember which game it was. That's a lot of ducks. That is a lot of ducks. Where'd they all come from? You got the egg, you just couldn't give the monkey the item? Oh, I got that backwards sound. That is still kind of funny, though. Wait. Not the ducks, not the ducks. Go for the rope. Ah, which game was it? I can't seem to remember. Am I getting this mixed up with Pokemon? I wasn't exactly fixing places where I got stuck. I was just modifying the Pokemon that I had so that they were a bit more interesting. Like, that was pretty much the whole gimmick of my Pokemon Coliseum stream. Was to... Yeah, that was what I did. I, like, spun a random number generator and let that determine which Pokemon that I got with each successful snag. Part of Montelli's speech and cutscene were bugged, but somehow still worked. From your description of it, this uncut version sounds a lot more like the broken version. Pokemon was developed by the devs of EarthBound? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, but before I get too distracted, can you tell me a bit more about this uncut version that you're talking about? Like, the good things about it. Like, why was the hack made? And what is it that it does that's unique? Does it expand on things? Does it give you more options? Because I haven't heard of it, of course. Oh, sorry. I skipped the dialogue when I didn't mean to. I'm gonna play it safe. Just open up with Flash. We do have Gamma PK Freeze, but probably not worth it too much. Alright, so how effective will the slime generator be against these Guardian Diggers? Ooh. I'm gonna keep trying. Even if there's only a chance, it'll be worth it if it works. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't try too hard with that. Jeez! I don't think I have enough pizza. I mean, I don't have enough... You know what I mean. I don't have enough food to get through this in one go. Unless the slime generator works. Come on, you can do it. It didn't work. And you know what else? PK Flash didn't help all that much either. Look at that! It's not helping at all. Well, at least we got the shield taken care of. Jeez! Yeah, I'm thinking PK Flash Alpha is really not going to help me here. I guess I should just keep using... Did I forget to call Ness's mom? Oh my god. Okay. Okay, stipulation ruined. We can't do this in one shot because I completely forgot to call Ness's mom. Oh my god. That's really embarrassing. Luck. I don't even remember what luck does in this game. I guess we'll let Paula have it. Ah, Platinum Band. That will come in handy. Because we're still taking buttloads of damage from these moles. More defense we can get, the better. Alright, well thankfully we picked up that exit mouse. The good thing is that it is EarthBound but uncensored. It has the original Japanese dialogue, sound effects of Pokey and Picky being beaten, the red crosses, the Japanese names for towns. Okay, so it's like an English version of the original version of the game without all of the localization changes. Oh, there's the shield killer! Well, thank goodness we backtracked, I guess. Yeah, that'll definitely come in handy. Hello, Ness. What's wrong? You sound so sad. Are you homesick? Well, I knew there would be days like this. Must make you feel better, listening to your mom's sweet voice. So, do you feel any better? Well, I'd better get going. I'm in the middle of my ironing. Bye. Yep. You know, as annoying as that is, the meaning behind it is something I can get behind. You should absolutely call your mothers more often. I should absolutely practice what I preach, because, boy oh boy, it's been like weeks since I last got in contact with my mom. I got a lot to tell her, but, it's just hard to find the time for it. Me working these overnight shifts, by the time I'm finally getting off work, she's on her way to work. So it's hard to even find time for a casual little phone call. Like, the best I can do is share funny news clips that I find. And get, like, brief responses from her. Might have been just the ROM that you downloaded that bugged out. That can happen. Sometimes I feel like these ROMs can get a bit corrupted, even when you're not, like, doing anything to them. I don't know what it is that causes it, it's just something that I've observed happening from time to time. Wait, is this the right way? Oh, magic map, show me the way! Alexander pulls out his magic map. Alright, I need to go southward here. The last glitch that happened was after beating the Diamond Dog, the game soft-locked and you had to reload a save. Eesh, that's rough. Let's hope I can kill this thing before it poisons me. No, it didn't work. Ugh. Should have just used freeze beta. You know, honestly, at this point, I don't really think I need the map anymore. It was helpful for getting me started, but I think at this point all I really need to do is explore the other branches of the four-way split, and I'll be good. You know, come to think of it, probably the most efficient thing to do when fighting those moles would be to just spam low-level PK freeze over and over again. Nice. It may be tempting to use the more powerful versions of PK freeze, but it just burns through your psychic points so quick. It's better to have a sustained battle. Except in this case. In the case of snakes, nuke them. Nuke them with ice. After you reloaded the change of sequence, it changed the sequence of events that happened? Really? Before Firespring, you went through Lilliput steps. After reloading, you skipped Lilliput and beat Diamond Dog as usual, then backtracked. You have not encountered any glitches. Interesting. Oh, you mean you changed the sequence of events that you performed. Okay. I thought you were saying, like, the game flags became backwards or something. Huh? There was a baby chicken inside of that snake. I don't think I've ever gotten that before. Well, alright, this is the animal stream. We're fighting moles, picking up chicks, and finding mice. Brilliant. Ooh, that'll come in handy. And of course, that is like a booby trap present box. The instant that you... the instant that you go there, your path is blocked by a bunch of noose men. Do we still have a bomb? Yeah, let's go ahead and throw that. Can I just say, real quick, I do not like the way that the Virtual Console and SNES Classic changed the graphical effects on this game. Like, I understand why they did that. It's probably a very rough game for people suffering from epilepsy have to deal with all the flashes and the shaking, but it just looks so ugly after they changed it. Everything gets all blurry when the screen's trying to shake. Or at least it feels like it. Like, it was hard for me to sit through the entire AVGN episode showcasing footage of the game. Well, you know, the battle clips anyway. It was just, ugh. I didn't like it. The game is seizure-inducing. I understand. I sympathize with that, but it would have been nice to have it as an option. You know what I mean? Alright, we finally have the shield killer. Let's give it a whirl. Didn't work. Didn't friggin' work. Enjoyed his commentary? Oh, I did too. Don't get me wrong, I love the video on a whole. I just wish that he had, you know, footage from the original SNES game, but I understand what happened there too. He genuinely was not able to get his hands on a original copy. It's very difficult to get your hands on it nowadays. Didn't even get a chance to showcase the shield killer. You can turn the screen blurring off in the classic menu. Oh, really? Oh, well, I take it back then. Sorry about that. If it was an option all along, then by all means. I don't have any beef any longer. Now, I don't have evidence of this anymore, but I do still own the physical copy of EarthBound that I got all those years ago. Alright, hang on. I need to look at this one last time. Just want to make sure that I don't go down no dead ends or anything like that. Alright, so there's one downwards and one upwards. I think I will go down, then up. Okay. You mentioned abusing rock candy? Yes, you mentioned that before. And I am quite familiar with the trick. However, I think I will choose to not do that during this playthrough. Well, maybe I'll show it off once, but... especially on Ness, I am worried about raising his stats too high, because I've heard about his HP, like, kind of getting weird. If you have too much vitality. Actually, I heard that it's possible for that to happen even if you're not abusing rock candy. Because of all the boosts that you get when you finish Magicent. Can I please see this thing work just once? Come on. Anyway, the problem specifically that comes up is the classic programming problem of having a number go too high and having the value roll back over to 0. You don't recommend it? Yeah, it kind of just cheapens the experience overall anyway. It's not bad, it just glitches the HP and PP counter. Oh, okay. I was afraid that it would actually... That's a lot of noose. If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get. Well, it's good to know that I'm not ever putting myself in danger when I abuse that little cheat there. Alright, we're almost done. We only got one mole left. We can do this. It counts all... HP and PP. You tested it. Fired off 4 to 5 ultimate PK abilities on Ness. It rolled down to 999. Ah, I see. So they still work, they just don't display right. Okay. Good info. That's such a weird noise for a chicken. We're almost done. I'm going all out with this. I'm not holding anything back, except I kind of am, because I'm using PK Fire Alpha, but... nevertheless! We'll pull it off. Oh, jeez! Sorry, Jeff. I wasn't paying attention at all. Oops. When did that happen? Did all the newsmen just gang up on Jeff? I'm gonna have to rewatch the archive on this. It feels like a waste to use Life Noodles or a Horn of Life on this, but, actually, hang on a minute. Does the secret herb work? Oh, yeah, we can just use that. Cool. Don't mind if I do. Alright, we got double the Doubleberg. Let's go ahead and use one. Let's go ahead and use 2. I got a pizza here, too, that we have never eaten, but that's alright. You went and made Ness super OP? You have Buzz, so how much more can you experiment before it's over? I don't know. That's kind of fascinating that you've been doing so many things to break the game in one way or another. Not necessarily in a bad way. But you know what I mean. OP, broken, synonymous. I honestly think this is the largest amount of ropes I have ever fought inside this cave before. Like, I don't know what it is. I feel like the enemy spawns are a little bit different than usual. I know they're random, but they seem consistently different somehow. I don't know, I can't explain it. Ness had over 1,600 HP and 1,300 psychic points. He hit like a tank and outsped Pooh. Wow. Honestly, the fact that you made Ness so fast is somehow more impressive to me than making his HP so high. RNG is a strange thing, indeed. Sure, I'll take it. Alright, this should be the final corridor. As soon as we get past these goons. Alright. Slime generator proved to be a bit of a bust against the moles, but maybe it'll do better here. There we go. There we go. We got this. You know, this is another reason why I usually keep my streams around 3 hours long, because it seems like after about 3 hours, Hold on a minute. What is going on here? How are you homesick again already? I don't think that's ever happened to me before. I've never had Ness get homesick twice in the span of like an hour. That's unbelievable. Also, I forgot to heal Jeff again. Oops. I'm running out of psychic points. Can I just run from this one? Just this once! I've tried this like 3 times and it never worked. Okay, it worked this time. Whew! Alright, finally, the end is near. All I need is a little something to help Jeff get through this next fight, and we'll be good to go. I don't really have much food left. So let's just do this. Check to make sure we're not missing any goodies. Wait, what? Oh, okay. The bone threw me off. I thought that was where the mold was. In truth, that's where the stick was. I still don't know what the hell a calorie stick is, and the description doesn't help me. Is that supposed to be like a granola bar or something? The chicken can cure homesickness? You know what? You know what? Let's give it a try. A chicken ran away as fast as it could. I know what you meant. I think it was the chick that cures homesickness, not the chicken. Thank you for trying to help, though. You fought the strongest master of this hole, the second strongest master of this hole, the fourth strongest master of this hole, and the weakest master of this hole. I'm truly the third strongest master of this hole. Now you see the true advantage of being third. Oh, I don't even care. Just use freeze. Get me out of here as soon as possible. I'm done with this cave. What? Oh, jeez. Scared me there. Alright, one more beta freeze ought to do it. I think the stipulation for the EBFGP thing that I did years ago was to not use big bottle rockets and to not use PK Freeze Beta throughout the entire hole, which is quite the challenge. Alright, Coin of Defense. It's pretty good. Yeah, let's go ahead and have Ness wear it. We got some really good items, good equipment now. The calorie stick seems to be a reference to an item in Metal Gear Solid called the Calorie Mate. The meaning got lost in translation. Oh, really? Huh. That's pretty interesting trivia right there. Alright, where's my mouse friend? Did I forget to pick up another mouse? Or am I just... Oh, there it is. Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to thump the table like that. Alright, mission complete. Let us emerge from this hot hole. Or the item from Metal Gear Solid was based on the actual Calorie Mate. Oh, right. Right, that's a real product, isn't it? Wait, let me check real quick. I have to know this. Let me see here. Oh! It does exist. Check it out. No, stop. If you see this thing flickering, it's because my mouse is really terrible, and it's registering every click as a double click, and I hate it. So, yeah, huh. Best meal replacement. Calorie Mate. That sounds like a terrible idea. I don't want those things replacing my entire meal. Even if I only get half an hour to eat lunch. It's not worth it. You heard that from Chugga Conroy? Cool. Very cool. You see, there's always new things to be learned about these old games. Like, this time, 2 or 3 years from now, I'm finally gonna understand that there was, like, a hidden cultural joke with the contact lens guy. Gotten rid of the monster? Good job! Okay, from here on, just let me dig. You'll see. I'll find the buried gold. Before I start digging, I'm gonna set a careful plan of action. Boy, that was quite the adventure, let me tell ya. It's a breaded cookie thing high in calories. Oh, it's a cookie thing? That honestly makes it even less appealing to me. I'm not too big of a fan of, like, dry cookies. I was hoping it would be more along the lines of, say, granola, or maybe some kind of, like, future food that's kind of nondescript and doesn't really taste or have the texture of anything that people normally eat. It's just its own invention. What did I call it just now? Future food? Probably space food would have been more accurate. You know, like those astronaut ice cream bars. The only joke with the contact lens is that it's not far from the sign. If only he'd looked a little further away. Oh yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. The guy was the one that wrote that sign. I was actually checking to see if Ness got homesick again. I'm really gonna be watching for that for the rest of this. You know why they don't give you the ability to teleport until after you're done with Foreside? Well, partway done, but you get the idea. It's because there's so many event flags on the paths to and from these cities that this game would just completely break and wouldn't know what to do if you were able to teleport at any time before this. There's more text if you go back and check it. What, the sign? Really? Greetings! I'm George, Gerardo Montague's brother. Gerardo is in his mind, but he hasn't found any buried treasure yet. We did, however, find a diamond instead. Gerardo told me to give it to Ness. Here it is. Please take it. Well, I've gotta go. I'm busy working at the other mine. Busy. Hey, can I bum a ride? Makes sense, the programming is tight but finicky. And that, I suppose, may be also why all towns from this point forward are so disconnected. I mean, maybe not, but, the scene is hilarious if you took a bus back. Oh, right, the guy just, like, stops the bus and creeps up behind it. Or something. You know, I'm not even sure if I've ever triggered that scene before with the bus. I should have given that a try. Alright, I have to... Golly, that thing just came running for me. Excuse me, Buffalo Man, I got places to be. Please don't kill me right away. And that's why I chose not to engage the buffalo before. Sheesh, gotta be real careful around here. Alright, here's an oasis. Was it close to here? Can't quite remember. Even when I don't need to, it's a habit of mine to use PK healing and then touch the butterfly. I feel like it was on the east side of the desert, but I could be wrong. Ah! No, 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 no! Okay, fine. It's fine. I know the secret now. They're weak to hypnosis. You can just slap that on them and then run away. There we go. That usually works. Alright, so I don't think I've passed it yet. Where could it be? Ah, there it is. I lost a pair of contact lenses here in the Dusty Dunes Desert. They were a memento for my grandma and very important to me. If you find them, bring them to me. I'm Pentella Giovanni. Thank you, I found them. Thanks again for all your help. What?! Unbelievable! They actually changed that if you've already done the thing. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that with me, Echo the Wolf. Man, I wonder if any modern games that are being released nowadays are going to age as well as these old RPGs did. Because, again, I'm finding out new stuff about this game, as small as it is. I'm finding out new stuff about this game like every single year. Either through playing it myself or, you know, watching YouTube videos or reading people's analysis on it and stuff like that. Mother 3 as well has a lot of hidden stuff for you to go and find. It's quite the enjoyable experience for a secret hunter. But nowadays, with so many games having their secrets locked behind, like, paywalls, I don't think it's going to age quite as well. People are going to be coming back to that years from now and being like, well, I can't even access the secrets because, you know, the servers are down, I can't pay for anything, so that's a mystery that will just have to be set aside permanently. How exactly are they going to handle these, like, microtransaction-heavy games, like, 50 years from now? Are they just going to release everything for free? Or are they just going to be, like, miserly and just discontinue everything? Like, you'll never be able to play those games the same way again. I feel like that's, glad you can share some uncommon knowledge. Absolutely. The more uncommon, the better. Yeah, I feel like that may be kind of what happened with, or is in the process of happening with old versions of World of Warcraft, which I talked about with a friend of mine the other day. I miss it. I wish I could relive it. But, of course, that's not really an officially sponsored option. You know, like, Blizzard is not going to be happy with you if you choose to go that route. What? Excuse me? No, this... Oh, wait, I've already read this. I know it's possible. I think there are some, like, fans that have grouped together and started running vintage servers. But, it seems like a lot of trouble to get one of those working. Yay! That diamond. You're gonna pay with that diamond? Okay, that's fine. I'll rip up this contract. Psst. Don't tell anyone about the diamond. Now the Runaway 5 are free. You should thank me. That diamond is worth maybe $50. So I gave you a bargain. Oh, I made lots of money. It's probably well known that the entire overworld of EarthBound is a huge 8,000 by 10,000 image of everything all connected. I actually did not know that. So when you say overworld, you mean all of the, towns and such are connected in this way. Does that also include, like, all the sub-areas, I wonder? It would probably blow my mind to be able to actually see the whole image in its entirety. Sorry about being such troublemakers. We won't be so gullible anymore. Well, our fans are waiting, baby. Let's just do this one last show and then get out of here. Everything, you say. Wow. I would love to see this image at some point or another. Money, that's what I want. Money, that's what is hot. Oh, he's got this song going again. It's what we ain't got, except freedom. Freedom is what we've really sought. That's what I want. This guy is such an attention hog. It's fascinating to think about. Boy, oh boy, you're telling me. It probably made more sense to do it that way back then. I remember one of the earliest versions of an RPG Maker that I tinkered with. I didn't tinker with this specific version, but I read up on the history of this engine. And apparently, like, the very first version of it only had room for, like, 4 maps. And they probably also had a limited size, but only 4 different zones to work with. People probably had to get really creative to find ways to piece together an entire RPG adventure with such limits on their heads. Welcome to the final Runaway 5 performance at the Depot Theater! It's gonna be a great show. We're so good it makes me think that those kids by the exit will wet their pants! Those kids are hip, baby! Oh, this is like a, encore of the first show they did. That's pretty cool. I'm glad I got to see both of them. Oh, but wait, that's not all! They have a special guest! There she is! It's so funny to me, seeing how they, like, tried to visualize, like, a cocktail dress on such a tiny sprite. And there they go. Oh, sorry about that. There is, like, a default, like, filter on my chat. It's just whatever Twitch has set by default. So if you want to PM me the link, go ahead. I would love to check it out. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Crackles! Crackles! No more crackles, please. Oh god, what have I done? Oh no! Oh! Oh no, what have I done? I just tabbed out for a moment, and this is the thanks I get? Let me try, like, doing a bit of this. Oh, jeez, it's terrible. I don't know how to fix this. Not only is it crusty, it sounds like it's being pitched down somehow, too. Oh, no autograph, but I'm such a big fan of the Runaway 5, that is. Alright, hopefully this will just normalize itself here in a moment. You know what, let me try a little bit of this. We're done with the PDF, so now it's Now it's pestering me to update it. Maybe that's what's causing problems. How did this happen? How in the world did this happen? I missed her because I went to the bathroom. I'll hate bathrooms for the rest of my life. Oh my god, this is miserable. It's fine. Turning off VSync. Let me try that. Where is that option on SNES 9X? Does not appear to be there. Maybe it's in the video settings. It seems to have already been off. And turning it on certainly doesn't help. Oh boy. Turning it on doesn't help. Video settings somewhere. There's a lot of options. Maybe I should turn off frame skipping? Well, it seems to have helped a little bit. I hope it doesn't, like, decrease the performance of the game. Seems alright. I just set the frame skip to 1. Seems to have helped. Although I don't know why that became a problem in the first place. We were doing so well for so long. You never use frame skip? There's probably a better solution that is escaping me right now. I can kind of notice a difference here with that set to 1. Let me see here. SNES. Transparency effects. I don't know what that means. Do we need that? What happens if I turn this off? Ah! The instant I turn the game back on, it just blasts my ear. What else can I do? Let's see here. I don't know. Probably the best thing to do would be to just reset the software. And you know what? That's seeming like a pretty good idea right about now. Because again, we're just about done with the stream anyway. I've been going for about 3 hours so far, so... Technical problems probably means it's a good time to stop. Well, I said continue, but I didn't mean it. Alright. Also, because I'm, like, super paranoid, I'm gonna go ahead and leave myself a save state. Because I, like, freaked out because I thought I couldn't find my save file at the beginning of this. All you do is use a simple upscaled 4x resolution. That may be part of it. The way I have this right now is that it's stretching to fill the screen. You still have the link you want to share with me? Yeah, you can... You know, an old thing that the people on Starman.net used to do when they were trying to share links, but link sharing was disabled, was they would type out a URL, but they would replace... Or, actually, this is how we shared, like, email addresses. We would just take a period out and replace that with the word dot in brackets. So you could try sending that if you would like to. I'm still very much interested in seeing this. If you still have the link handy. Let's see, PM or Whisper or whatever you want to call it, anything works. Ah, yes, that works. Good old dodging of rules and regulations. I will probably... Oh! That's what that meant. I saw that when I was looking for the mind map earlier. But I only saw the words. I didn't actually see the image. I had no idea that it was just a link to the whole thing. Okay, so here we go. And again, this mouse is not cooperating. But that's okay. This is not the full extent of the image. Let me stretch that up a bit. Let me stretch that down a bit. Wow. Absolutely incredible. It's a great tapestry. Oh, that would make for an excellent tapestry. So we're going to try zooming in. It's probably going to take like an entire minute for us to... Oh, never mind. Back in the early days of like dial-up internet, that probably would have taken like 5 minutes to zoom in. Wow. And that's why they have so much of a like border around everything. I see, I see. That's why there's so much extra space. Although that... I wonder how they deal with, like, the cave segments. I know that they, like, only show a little bit of it and have the rest surrounded by just plain blackness. On dial-up, more like 5 hours. It's been so long. So very long since I've had to deal with dial-up internet. Low-speed dial-up internet, that is. Some people still use dial-up internet, and it is not as slow as you might think, especially compared to what it used to be. Grandfather of mine had a computer that was still using that, and for all I know, that might have been the best option that was available for him, because he was way out in the middle of nowhere. But he still used it, and it worked adequately, so I guess I was a little bit mistaken. In reality, it has been less than a year since I used dial-up internet. But, of course, it's a little bit of a different context than, you know, relying on dial-up internet to get to the websites you need back in the early 90s. Whew, what a time. I wonder, where is the biggest collection of negative space that's, like, not used at all? Let me see. At a glance, I would guess right around here in the deep darkness. Nope, actually, that's... You do explore that part. What about down here? Well, here we go. There's a big zone of black nothingness that they weren't able to find a use for. Very interesting. I would very much like to see how these, like, map zones were used. Especially the interior parts. Because obviously, you never see the interior of one room while you're exploring a different one. Could it be that these are just sprites? Like they just took a segment of this and showed it on screen whenever you're inside a certain area? That's pretty nuts if that's the case. I should probably be careful not to scroll this around too quickly. I've heard that that can, like, really hurt some people's eyes if you do that. Oh, look, there's that cave we just went through. And there's another cave in our near future that I'm not looking forward to particularly. Coordinating and loading zones, you think? Of course, the best way to learn this information would be if somehow we could get, like, a documentary. Like a full-on documentary made with the support and the voices of the original development team. What's this over on the left? Oh yeah, it's when you're on the boat. Wow. Wow, I barely even remember that part. That'll be fun when we get back to that. Alright, that was... Notice where the Threed tent is? Southeast corner? Let me see here. The tent in Threed. Which one? I see 2 of them. Is there something special about them? Let's see. could be something of interest around here. I'm assuming that the game just does a palette swap when it changes 3D from one version to another. I see a mysterious blue rectangle down here. Don't know what the purpose is. The circus tent inside. I see it, but I don't see anything particularly special about it. Also, this is apparently the Western version of the map, because you can see here all the words are in English. There are no crosses on the hospitals. You're gonna talk about the infamous glitch. Is there a glitch involving this tent? I never knew about such a thing. Well, by all means, please do. Here I am trying to move the map with one thing when I'm actually trying to navigate with OBS in the other. Let me try and load up some music to pass the time while you prepare what it is you would like to say. Was this always so quiet? This is what I opened up the stream with. I don't really know what... Whoop. Did not mean to do that. This mouse! Zoom to the southeast corner of the map. Alright. I see a few zones that may be of interest. I see, the tunnel entrance, the trees around it, the 3 sign, and also this little notch right here in the trees. Am I trying to find Waldo? I'm just kidding. There's another area similar above Ness's house. What? Really? Above his house. The entire map corner. Oh, okay. I see a weird little... Oh, actually, hang on. Would you happen to be talking about this weird little formation of trees? The literal southeast corner of the 3D map. Zip zoom. Am I looking for something, or is there, some hidden information in the code about these zones? Or perhaps... maybe the wall map isn't complete? That does happen from time to time. Keep going east. This seems to be about as far east as I can go. Unless... you're not talking about, the whole... not 3D itself? Okay, so you're talking about, the tent. Or are you? Wait. Sorry, hang on. Part of the problem is that I don't have this, cropped properly, so... There we go, that's better. We'll just have that situated there. Right. Yes, okay. There's an interior for the tent. I think I have it in focus now. Sorry for misunderstanding earlier. Oh, music's about to change, I think. Notice how close to the edge it is? Yes, I do. Is there... Oh, I think I might know where you're going with this. I wonder, are you about to tell me that there's a way to, clip through the wall and then wind up on the opposite side of the sprite map and end up inside the, the sea area? Like that zone over there? I wonder. This is quite the mystery. Oh, right. I was going to look for a new... If you squeeze into the area under the pillar and check it, the game spazzes out. Really? There's a definite border. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to zoom it out. Again, this mouse just does not cooperate with me. So when you say it spazzes out, I wonder... You know, I do have another save file that's, like, complete. I kind of want to check this out myself. In the event that the game audio continues to act up, I'm going to go ahead and just mute the game and see what we can do. You can continue with what you're saying. I'm just gonna load the game up real quick and see if I can see. Because you can check there, you can bug the game. Because you are still in bounds, but trying to check what is beyond NES. The game does not know what to make of nothing. Oh, I see. I see. This will be most fascinating if I can get this to work. I'm assuming that it works no matter what stage of the game you're in, so... You know, I'm gonna try this out with a nearly complete save file. This is gonna be interesting if I can get this to work. And of course, you would never even think to do that if you didn't know that particular fact about how the game's maps are laid out. That's terrific trivia. Alright, let me see here. The same thing happens if you squeeze into a cliff northeast of Nessa's house and go up above the group of trees in the corner there. Where the map ends, a similar glitch happens. Let's see. Ah! Holy shit! That scared me. Oh my god, it actually works! It just takes longer and longer, and then... Like, it doesn't always do the same thing. Ah! Holy moly! Oh my god! Oh! Yo! No! You know what? I think I may have heard about this a long time ago. Back when I was reading into the details of Yume Nikki, because I believe there's a reference to this bug in Yume Nikki in the, like, Famicom area. What? 8 Po. It's Reese's for breakfast, and then it explodes, is what Chugga Conroy said about it. So yeah, in Yume Nikki, there is a Famicom-themed zone where something identical to this can happen. Well, not exactly identical. It's completely intentional. But it does the same kind of thing where it, like, loads up an empty text box, and then it stalls for a while, and if you keep on checking it, the game starts wigging out and corrupting. Deliberately, in the case of Yume Nikki, and then it eventually just kicks you back to the central room of the game. With a horrible noise, I might add. I'm glad that that's not happening here. Ah! This is so weird! I love it, but also I may be trapped. Who was the first person to discover this? They must have freaked out. Sometimes a debug menu pops up? Are you serious? This is amazing. It just keeps on going. All that just because the map can't there's nothing beyond that particular corner of the map. Incredible. 8-po, there it is. I saw the word money in there briefly. You never had that happen? I wonder if it's different based on, like, event flags that you've triggered. Or actions that you've taken that change, like, the random number seeds. I don't know. That's really, really fascinating. So there's another instance of this in ONET. So let me see here. Where would that be on the map? Let's check that real quick. I'm going to see if I can find that zone you were talking about. So is it a part that, like, intersects or gets close to the top edge of the map? Let me see. What was it that you said? A cliff northeast of Ness's house and go up above the group of trees. Oh, but wait a minute. This might not be accessible without, like, you know, like a no-clip or something. The ONET one involves a skip sandwich. Alright, I'm probably not going to be able to do that one then. Don't feel like going out of my way to buy sandwiches for this. That 3'd thing was incredible. I'm so glad that you shared that with me. Thank you. That was an excellent thing to end the stream on.